5, 4, 3, 2, 1, sync! Hello everybody and welcome to TTV's first video podcast celebrating our trip to BrickFair Virginia. I'm Meso.
I'm Eljay.
I'm John and Coffee.
I'm Ben.
And I'm Viper.
And I'm Var over here behind the camera.
Yeah, and welcome to TTV episode 207.
Mardi Gras!
No, look it up. Here, give me a second. Which I can do
on
my iPad.
Oh my gosh.
Brought to you by Apple. Go to appletrial.com.
And
/TTV.
and Red Bull and
Lego.
We spent like 2 hours preparing and we didn't even...
207.
You know, I love how we actually introed our names. We should do that more often.
I've been saying this for months.
No, I'm with you. I want to do this for BrickFeed, and everyone's like, no, let's have a little thing. No, we should do this.
Yeah, I agree. I 100% agree.
All right, we'll do it.
Then we missed so many funny jokes. TTV Talks
All right,
anyway.
it's TTV Podcast episode 207.
I'm right.
No Mardi Gras. Awesome. What's
Mardi
going?
Gras. Alright.
Mardi Gras.
Var's here.
Hi everybody. I'm here behind the scenes.
Var.
There goes the audio waves, everybody.
There comes the noise complaints.
Var is the disembodied voice of God controlling our
He's
lives.
not the disembodied. They can see him.
And he's very body. Totally.
I wish you guys could see this, by the way. Var has it like he has two iPhones taped together.
Dude, I'll take a
Here's
picture
another
of it right now.
Here's this one over here. Take a photo of it. Take a photo of it.
I get a different angle. I get that dramatic
face.
What is this? Like, so we have a computer monitor attached to a computer sitting on a chair.
We literally have a selfie stick. Like, this is the biggest engineering thing. We took a selfie stick and stabbed it through a box of water bottles. Not even a box. The plastic wrapping so we could keep it straight. That's where we're at now.
Two iPhones stuck into the selfie stick, and then we have a mic
so guys,
in the back of a chair.
So let's talk about our sponsors real quick, Meso. Just who we're gonna we'll do it halfway through.
What do you mean?
We'll do it.
Okay, so today the sponsors for this episode are going to be Vessel, Audible, and our very own TTV store, of which we will hopefully maybe have a new shirt design up.
Anyone wearing a TTV shirt here?
After we blatantly lied.
Oh, hey, is Var wearing a TTV shirt? Show it off to the audience. We're gonna have to edit that out.
Can you feel the power?
I said ocean. What are you talking about? We're next to the ocean.
Okay.
Yeah, we know, right there. Yeah. In the middle of Virginia.
The
ocean.
We're not in the middle of Virginia.
You're right.
We are very much on the edge. Is it time to...
I'm on the edge of Virginia.
No copyright music.
You guys saying copyrighted music. I said Virginia.
So, I'm going to date the video
West
here.
Virginia.
Except I don't even know what date it is.
It is...
a ring? What's the date today?
The date
It's
is
like the 5th or the 6th.
Well, I guess it's really Sunday morning the 7th.
Yes.
It's like the evening of the 6th.
It's the beginning of the 7th. So what day is Sunday? 7th?
The 7th, yes.
Okay, 7th. So today is the 7th of August, and BrickFair Virginia is about to enter its final day. And we're going to head there today. The day this podcast is recording was the first of the public days when we met with a ton of different fans who came and said hi and wanted us to sign stuff and take photos, and it was an absolutely amazing experience. We're going to be talking about that in great detail, as well as just general stories from our first time meeting each other.
Oh yeah, because this is the case. We're all on the line. We're
all like here. We can interrupt each other in
Wait, I'm
person.
not dreaming. I'm actually here.
It's an amazing thing.
You should feel like you're
It's crazy, man.
Because we're using these to keep away.
Spoiler alert: we've been having a lot of fun, so there's a lot of stuff that we'll have.
Spoiler
in store
alert!
for
I'm
you
jet
guys.
lagged still.
Yeah. So, where do we even want to begin? Do we want to take it from the top or just talk
Let's
about
take it from the
BrickFair?
top. Let's take it. Look, we all met each other in the
Alright,
airport.
so...
Okay. So,
that was a trip.
Viper made it into the U.S. and your phone didn't work immediately, right?
That's not the top.
EE was...
I mean, the top was when I arrived.
Yeah.
Nothing interesting happened until we were like, find Viper, find Viper.
No way, because we were all like finding each other.
It does start with Eljay because he saw me first.
Exactly. So
and then lost you like an incompetent
moron. He saw the mysterious Viper first.
So anyway, so here's the scoop.
Was there a fly on his head?
Oh no!
No, hey, listen, no in-jokes to the audience. We don't know that joke.
So this was the order of arrival. It was me, shortly thereafter, Viper, and then Meso, Kahi, Var, and then way later in the day, Ven.
Yes.
So I arrived by plane, I get there, and I'm like, yeah, 15 minutes early. I figure out where Viper was getting off, and I went to the gate, and I saw her get off the plane and go down this hallway. And I got a quick glimpse of her, and then she vanished.
It was between a sheet of glass, so he could see me, but there was like a glass between it, and there's no way he could get through.
Yeah.
So the glass tunnel or pathway took me down the outskirts of the building, and then Eljay was like on the outside where everybody else, or on the inside where everybody else is.
Interesting.
And so I tried to follow her, and then it led me to like this escalator staircase kind of a thing, and I waited there for probably about 15-20 minutes. And you never showed up. There were a bunch of British people that were showing up, and I was like, one of them's got to be Viper. So I had my camera ready, because I was decked out in American clothing.
I'll imagine.
But you never appeared! You vanished like a phantom or a banshee.
Banshee.
See, you say there's a lot of British people coming out, so I'm just imagining a whole lot of walk.
I was getting off my plane, and I sent Eljay a message. I was like, hey, you found Viper yet? And he was like, no. I caught a quick glimpse of her, but then she vanished. 25 minutes passed. I sent him another message. Still no Viper. I got this cold feeling of dread.
I was like,
my
oh
stomach.
no.
I was like, no.
Yeah.
We're just here and something's gone wrong.
The terrible thing that happened to me is that they were questioning me about illegal fruits.
Yeah, they're like, hey, are you gonna...
They were like, do you have bananas? No. Do you have fresh meats? No. Alright, go. And then you walk down, you get your luggage, you walk up there. Do you have fruits? Do you have meats? Okay, go. That was it. And then you had to give in like your little Esther thing.
Wouldn't it have been great?
A little bit of advice for people who want to come over to America. Depending on what country you're in, you actually need an Esther. Don't forget, because you won't be able to get in otherwise.
A what? An Esther?
An Esther or a I think it's a visa.
It's called visa here,
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. It's like, wouldn't it have been great had you actually had a mangosteen just like accidentally in your family?
Yeah, and she got deported and couldn't enter America.
So great.
Yeah, because of my favorite food. It'd been symbolic.
It would have been.
Would not have been worth.
It would have been.
Would not have been
random
worth
and
deportation.
stupid.
Well, fine then, be that way. So anyway,
eventually we all met up after running around the airport like crazy people.
The first two of us that met
minutes.
were Kahi and I. I found Kahi, and he's easy to spot because he's the shortest in a crowd.
That makes me harder to spot.
Yeah,
You can see me from a mile away.
He's not wrong.
Listen, I spotted you because you were abnormally shorter than everybody else. That's how I knew it was you.
but if he's in a crowd of people, how is he gonna stick
Because there was
out?
nobody in the crowd. It parted like the Red Sea.
Was he in the front of the crowd?
Yes.
No! That doesn't make sense. Why would I be in the front of the crowd?
He's envisioning this thing where like people are walking down the length of this table, right? Kai's in the front, and everyone else is on the sides, just like parting for him to walk through.
Like Moses?
Yeah.
Sure. Maybe you spotted me because I'm such a charismatic individual that the crowd's part for me.
That's funny. So I met Kahi.
Sure.
And we found Meso, and then the three of us collectively found her.
And then it was a matter of trying to get
Collectively, I found Meso, and I found her.
No. First, I spotted Meso.
Oh, no, yeah, you're right. Here's the thing. So we find Meso from the back, right? We're walking, and we're like, hey, it's Meso, because we've seen him before. I met him before. But as we were approaching him, there was a moment where we're like, what if it's not him? And so, like, we're going behind him, like, let's walk to the side a little bit. And, like, he turned this way, and we're like,
so
alright.
essentially you're walking with him.
Yeah, and we're checking, and he's like, alright, that's totally him.
And it's like, I raised my voice too. I was like, man, this could be embarrassing.
Yeah, he's still.
I was furiously trying to text a picture to you guys of where I was at. Like, come get me.
Well, okay, here's the thing. You said, I'm at the gate. And I'm like, alright, which gate? You're like, the exit gate, the boarding gate. And it's like.
Yeah, the boarding station. There's only one.
No. There's 14 of them. They go all the way. No, it's just. Alright.
Anyway,
It's not just one
We all met up, and then it was a matter
It's
of
an
giving
airport.
Bar's
There's
car,
multiple gates.
and I gave him such great advice as look for the red car and a giant.
Okay, I need to talk about this one because So the idea here is that we've got two vehicles. Kahi and I were driving everybody around.
Right.
So Kahi's only got like 3 seats. He can only fit 3 people in his car. I can fit 4. So obviously I have to take the majority of the people.
So
it's pretty important for me to get to where everybody is.
Right.
Yeah. So everybody meets up and everything. So I get to the airport, I arrive, and I'm like, I don't know where anyone is. So I go to the first parking place I see, parking garage, cool, I park, and I'm like, hey, where are you guys? Freaking Kahi's like, we're at the parking lot.
I didn't say that. No. I said we're at hourly parking, which was the only hourly parking lot in the airport.
Which is not true.
100% true.
It was not, dude. Kahi, the garage I went to was an hourly parking garage.
If you follow the signs for hourly,
outside,
it gives you one lot.
Right next, no, you were at terminal parking, which would have told me where to go, because I could have searched that. You told me hourly parking.
Hourly parking?
And then you said lot 2.
It is lot 2 inside hourly parking. There's nothing.
It wasn't even lot 2. It was row 2. Anyway,
I don't know anything more than that.
No, it's row 12.
Whatever. Listen,
semantics.
He tells me this. He's like, I'm at the hourly parking. Where? There's like a million hourly parking lots.
And then I'm like, here I got this car. I'll give him some better advice. Look for the red car.
I'm like,
there's a million red cars.
I know. Meso was. I'm not like that red car thing.
No.
Literally, all you guys had to do was send me a street name, and I would have found it. A street name.
Yeah.
Terminal parking. Anything that could have told me where the place is.
It's not just terminal parking. If you follow the signs, it says hourly.
You didn't even describe.
I asked the attendant, what is this lot called? It's the hourly parking lot. It's like, is there any other hourly parking lots? He said no. This is the security guy.
That wasn't true, because what I was at was an hourly parking lot.
I wasn't. All I'm saying, that's what I asked the guy beforehand before I texted you.
What I'm telling you, you're wrong. What that guy told you is also wrong. Now that we've established that.
It's not wrong. It's not wrong. I say
it's not wrong, but I was at an hourly parking lot.
You went to a parking lot that charged by the hour, but it wasn't the hourly parking lot.
Guys,
you guys are hearing this, right?
There is a process.
Listen. The fact that you were trying to differentiate between in hourly parking lot and the hourly parking lot proves that there are multiple hourly parking lots.
The thing about the hourly parking lot is there's signs pointing towards the hourly parking lot. There's another garage. You can go to the garage.
There were signs pointing to where I got there too. How do you think I got there?
There was only one!
You went through a garage.
Listen, doesn't matter.
I was making a joke. No one heard it. Aww.
No one ever hears you.
There's only one. There's only one red car.
It doesn't matter. Eventually I found them, but they were very, very unhelpful.
I sent you a pin.
That was what you should have opened with, first of all.
I did forget I could do that. That is on me. I forgot I could send people my location.
You did send
but
that to me.
also, I don't think anyone knew of that feature on the iPhone.
I did not know about that.
I'm an iPhone noob.
Yeah, so I just found out about that a couple days ago. I just forgot that I could do it.
But yeah, then we picked
eventually the gang all got together, and then Vin joined us later in the day after we took one selfie without him that garnered the most likes on Twitter out of anything.
No, actually, Ven is the one that has the most likes now, which is this. We'll get to this later.
Yeah, the stick man
this thing right here. All right, well, keep going.
A fan made a stick figure shop.
Okay.
Photoshop of Vin.
With the Dulles Airport, we did have a very similar experience as far as like trying to locate Vin.
Oh, that's Reagan.
Oh yeah.
Dude. Okay. So like, I finally show up, and it's like 9:30. No, not even 9:30. I showed up a lot earlier. So I get there around 9. And I text everybody. I'm like, all right, guys, I'm here. I'm ready to get picked up. And then Eljay, even though I didn't text Eljay, he texts me for some reason. He's like, we're coming.
We're coming!
Okay, so I was like, well, let me use the little boys' room real quick. So,
in great detail, he told us this.
Yeah, no, because I was like, you guys are probably going to have to wait because, I've been on the flight for a while. And So anyway, I'm done. I'm ready to go. I go outside and I'm ready to wait for them and everything. They're not there immediately. So they're not at the pickup spot. So I'm like, okay, maybe they just don't know where it is or anything. So I text them all the details. They're like, all right, we're coming. I'm like, okay. And I wait. And I wait.
You sent me a text. You're like, hey, can I get a ride? And I'm like, me and Kai are at Walmart. We're just like,
we were at Walmart.
So at this point, I was just waiting on Var and Viper and Eljay to show up all together.
For the record, you didn't tell us any details. You said that you rode Delta.
Yeah, so...
No, you asked me, because he asked me, okay, are you at Delta? So I was like, yes.
I asked you 2 questions. I asked, what airline? You said Delta.
Yeah.
Okay. Which terminal?
Yeah, which terminal?
Yeah, and at first I was like, 2? Because I look back at the building and it said 2.
You didn't
And
even
so
give
it's
a
like-
question mark. You were so certain it's just the number 2.
Yeah. No, I was like 2, I think.
No,
And then
it was
you
just
no. Read
You
your
said
text
2, I think.
messages.
You
Yeah.
said 2, I think.
And then Eljay was like A, B, or C. And I was like, so I'm looking around and I see B, so I'm like, okay, B. So I gave you guys the frickin' details, but somehow I still ended up waiting a half hour.
Alright,
That's because
okay.
we got lost.
We didn't know what terminal you were until we had already walked halfway across the thing and found that it said B right as you sent us a message that you were at terminal B.
Oh yeah, and meanwhile, like you were waiting for it, we were walking up and down like the thing, and then it turned out you were standing.
See,
behind
I was expecting you guys to come pick me up from the car. I didn't think you were gonna come.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. There
walk
was
to
like
me.
there was semantics like on the road. There was like a
Didn't you guys go to DC?
what?
What?
Oh yeah,
That's
we'll
later.
get onto that
Oh,
later.
Oh, we get that happened after. I thought it was on your way. Like,
So Walmart.
And it
No.
was just funny because I'm waiting there and I'm looking around for cars. And before Meso told me that he was at Walmart, I saw a car that was driving and I saw a dude driving it that looked exactly like Meso. And I'm looking hard at it and I'm like, did they just drive past me? Are they letting Meso drive the car for some reason?
That's
Walmart,
the
man.
funny thing, right? Okay, we were walking up and down like the outside of the airport, and we're like, where the heck is Ben? And we keep walking up and down, and we realised we went the wrong way, so we went all the way back, and we're like looking through the B section. We're like, where is Ben? And there's this one dude that looks kind of like you. He's got black hair. He's got like a bag on and like a suitcase. We're like, is that Ben? I want to go ask. I'm scared. And just then, all of a sudden, you appear from behind the pillar, which we couldn't see because you were behind the pillar. We're like, oh, there he is!
Yeah, because I was waiting at the pickup area, and then
Yeah, you were expecting us to drive that way,
yeah,
whereas
and
we were
then Bar
behind
calls
you.
me, and he's like, "Hey, where are you?
Yeah.
We're looking for you." And so I'm like, "What?" And so then I started looking around. I appeared from behind the pillar I was standing in front of, and there they are. And I'm like, "Oh, are you serious?"
Yeah, I remember that conversation too because we saw that guy and he was like really like tall and lanky.
Yeah, tall,
and
lanky with black hair.
And he
like,
had
is
like
that
really
Ben?
tight pants. And I was like, that guy's too suave to be Ven. I don't think that's...
ouch! What did you throw that in?
Is
So much
this-
shade, man.
Listen, I was right!
I think you're very suave.
If we were being fair, I was
think you're very
like,
suave.
I mean, Vin was pretty
I thought
suave.
it was
I think that
Ben.
could be him.
Yeah, I thought it was Ben. There was no other option. I was like,
Really,
that
what we
looks
should have
more
been saying
like
is that
Ben
guy's
than
too tall to be Vin.
Yeah, no
yeah.
kidding, man.
Yeah, alright. As the shortest person here, you are a lot shorter than I thought you'd be.
I pictured you as a titan.
I'm a lot bigger.
like an actual titan.
I not
I
only
thought
pictured you as
everyone
a
was
t-
going to
Did
be
you guys-
giants
did you guys
in
picture me to
comparison
look like
to like
Ray? Is
me
that
and
what-
Kahi, but like no,
tall
you're,
and
you're
tall.
like
That's
that,
exactly
you're
how
like
I
that
pictured you.
much taller than me.
Well, no, Ray's.
Yeah.
Wait, you talk. Which Ray?
In a rage.
Huh?
In a rage.
Oh, in a rage?
From Beast
Okay.
and
I thought you were talking about
That
Rage.
dude's tall,
Ray
buff,
from
and
Demon.
handsome. That dude's
That
crazy.
dude, yeah, no, that's
Yeah, we thought that was gonna be you.
Handsome
Look
dude.
what we got.
Yeah, me.
Alright, Eljay, you're not exactly like a golden child.
Yeah, I'm not taking
well,
this guy
technically-
seriously because he feels the need to
Yeah,
hide his
I mean,
face.
you did
so,
that
hey.
yourself.
You did this to
I didn't-
yourself.
You did it to yourself.
You did it to
Alright, hey.
yourself.
Real
But
quick,
anyway.
the lesson we should all take from this, right? We all have iPhones. Right here, you can see this right here, right? This is you're in a text message. You hit details. You hit send my current location. That's what we should do from now on. Everyone be aware.
That is cool,
That's how you
actually.
do it.
Oh, there was a part where our like screenshot his Google Maps and he sent it to me.
Yeah.
But it showed the
for some
wrong
reason it wasn't
airport.
working, actually, because I did exactly what you just described.
Yeah.
I sent my location to Vin. For whatever reason, it sent the Dulles airport.
Yeah,
And
and
we
then
were at Reagan, and Vin got confused. He was like,
I got frightened. I got confused, then I got frightened because I was like, don't tell me they went all the way to the
yeah.
wrong
Wrong
airport.
airport.
I've
We
been
weren't at
waiting-
the wrong
And he
airport.
sent me a
but-
message. He was like, they went to the wrong airport, and me and Kai were
And then
cracking up
and then
laughing.
right
Yeah, I'm
after
like,
that,
no, they did not.
and then right after that,
Yeah.
Bar sends me a message. He's like, "Oh, that was a mistake. The phone like
was a
screwed
glitch,
up."
yeah.
They were like, oh. okay.
And I was like, "Oh, okay, so just miscommunication."
Alright.
Then
Yeah. We were there. We just couldn't find you.
once
Yeah.
once they finally found me, and then we walked back to Bar's car. We drove around DC trying to get back to the home
Oh
that we're
yeah.
at, and we got lost.
Okay.
We were like,
All right, tell this part's pretty fun.
Okay, so we
We
tried-
actually have footage of this for the.
Okay,
Yeah,
awesome.
we do.
me and LJ were filming it.
It was quite funny.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
were listening to Linkin Park, and it was way too loud. I mean, like me personally, I cannot focus when music's like blaring in my ears like this. Like, but some people.
It wasn't that big of a deal for me. But,
obviously you must be used to it. But I was
your
like,
problem. You
I
didn't
was
say
like
anything.
looking about outside.
what happened was that Vin didn't get the GPS to work right away.
Yeah.
So like we were kind of already on the road, and I'm like, hey Vin, pull up the GPS back home. It got to a point where we had just missed the exit right as Vin pulled it up.
Yeah.
So it led us. The only other way out was through DC.
Yeah,
so that's
all
how
the
we.
way through DC.
That's how we ended up into DC. The thing with DC was it was under a lot of construction.
Very
There was
confusing.
detours everywhere. There were roads that would spiral off and then spiral off again and just kind of flower. It was I've never seen roads like that. First of all.
That was funny because we were driving along and then Viper looks out the window and she's like, "Oh look, it's the Washington Monument." And then I glance at it, I turn
You're like,
back.
shut up, Viper.
I'm like, shut up, Viper, that's not the Washington Monument. I look back again.
We're close to DC. We're not in DC right now.
Yeah, and then I look back again, I'm like,
We
oh my goodness, it's the
There's the White House!
And then I got mad because Viper knew the United States Capitol better than I did. I was so angry.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, dude.
But yeah, so we went through DC and we went all these different directions. We finally made it home. But throughout all of it, we were blasting Linkin Park and singing. It was really funny because like it would get stressful whenever like I would miss a turn and then Ben would start yelling at me or something. We'd fight each other and then instantly go back to singing the song.
Also, the GPS was like interrupting. You'd get to like the bridge of a song and it's about to get to the chorus.
It's like, dude, you're supposed to take the right turn, dude. Like, come on, what are you doing? What do you mean right turn? No, dude, you were supposed to take that.
Yeah, it's like please turn right.
Did you use Google Maps or?
We did use
I
Google
used
Maps
for that one.
And it was funny because at first I was like, oh, I do have an alternate app that we could use, but
Which turned out to be such a better app.
yeah, at first I was like, that might get us lost though. I'm not sure. Maybe we should just stick to the default, Google
The app we
Maps.
ended up using afterwards is Waze.
Wait, okay, Waze is really good.
Really good
The
app.
thing I like about Google is that they do show you what lane you should be in. That's what I don't think. Last time I used Waze, it didn't have that. I don't know if it has it now. But Google Maps has this thing where they will show you like which lane you should be in before you turn, and that I find on a long trip where I don't know where to go, that's really useful for me.
I don't remember that when we used.
It's the weird little symbols at the top. I remember saying.
Yeah, no, it'll show like all the lanes and it'll highlight the one you're supposed to be in. I find that really useful as a driver, but I don't know.
Nifty.
Okay, what's
Well,
the next
All right, we
thing?
just got to the point where we met, so let's speak through this.
After all that, it was basically, to be honest, smooth sailing as
Yeah.
far as problems are concerned. We've kind of just been going to the locations we need to go. The closest thing to a catastrophe that almost happened was when Viper, you left
She
your
lost
phone.
your phone, and we thought it was gone.
We had to go on a crazy quest to get it back. But I mean, other than that, we've had a pretty okay time. It's nothing like New York Comic Con where we had those horror stories.
Yeah.
This
time we did
and
pretty
like,
well.
we had to go
I
get
think.
towed. We had to walk through dark streets and all sorts of good stuff. It's been fun. No, it's
It
been
is
fun.
Well,
we did almost get locked out of the house.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
that
Oh,
was
That was a point in time,
We had
yeah.
to crawl through bushes behind the house, go through
And
rickety old
also,
wooden gates.
speaking of
that are, like, half open.
creepy experiences, Kai's GPS tried to kill us by
Okay.
driving us into a really dodgy part of town.
Oh, okay. We went back to that place.
Did
We
you?
go to the 7-Eleven.
The-
Guess what?
What?
The car's still there. So we're driving along this kind of sketchy place in town. It's like 4 minutes away from the house. It's instead of like we're next to it. We're driving across a sketchy like road, and we drive, and there's a car with its hazards light on, and we're driving past, and we look through it, and there's this guy. There is this guy there, and he's sitting in the car, and we're like, that's pretty sketch. And we drive around, we come back around. We have to turn around and come back. Still there. Me and Meso went there again to get gas.
Still there.
It's still,
this
are
hazard
the lights
lights
still
on?
on?
They are. Yeah.
What?
That's
and
creepy. What the heck?
there's a T-shirt over the window. The guy's no longer in it, or we can't see him. He might be sleeping in
He
the
may
back
have been
seat.
sleeping in the car and put the t-shirt over to like cover himself up, but it's so bizarre.
It's
I
That's
told you guys
sketchy.
too, that isn't a good place to be.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we
we didn't like get out or anything.
Yeah, no, I
we just
know.
drove around.
Yeah, we kept
Pretty
driving.
far.
We went back and forth
Obviously.
and back. Just
Any
like-
police officers watching this, it was in Manassas. Just so you guys know.
That is
Went
a
out the
bad
city.
place.
Come on, man.
Don't
so
go there.
we were driving there, and we kept the GPS kept rerouting us, and then there was a point where we went into the suburbs,
Yeah.
and there was this barred up church.
Oh
Okay?
yeah, the
Like-
barred up church. I forgot about that. Yeah,
You know when a place of sacred ground is barred up. You know you're in a bad place, okay? Like,
It
just,
was
like,
pretty rough.
I was just like, man, we need to leave. And then, like, these two guys were, like, over-dramatizing their fear. And it was legitimately scaring me because I thought they were actually scared.
I think you were projecting.
I think you were scared. And like, me and Meso were just going back and
No,
forth.
I mean,
I was laughing.
Yeah.
I was nervous, yeah, and we were in a
You're
dodgy part of
always
town.
nervous.
Well, yeah, I was extra nervous.
I mean, she's in a foreign country.
Yeah,
girl.
there's-
Yeah, I'm in a foreign country.
But that being said, there's
I'm
no
in
worry
a
about
foreign state.
boo!
I'm in a
Yeah,
country
exactly.
on-
Boo!
I'm in a country on my own. Like, I have no immediate family
On your
around. And my mum
What about
is,
us?
like, across the ocean.
What are we? Chopped liver?
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
on
I know,
our
right?
own, on your own.
Okay,
Come on.
fine.
It's not like we were like, hey, Viper, just get out here and just
No,
walk
you're
home.
on your own.
Alright then.
No, don't
You
go.
go on your own little
What do
island.
you mean, no, don't go? You
You
pushed me away.
just been kicked off
He
the
pushed us
island.
away. He did not.
Voted off.
You
Alright,
pushed
alright.
us away first.
Alright,
just
well,
spit in your eye.
those are our own things, G. We wanted to get into
What are you
BrickFair.
doing? You're out of the
All right,
shot.
let's talk about BrickFair.
BrickFair is awesome. If you haven't been to one, you need to.
Yes.
It is fun. If you like collecting and just buying
You
stuff
like
from
bricks,
vendors,
go to BrickFair.
if you like, and you like seeing like big builds created by other people, and definitely buying stuff. That's
They got
good.
everything.
Buying stuff is great.
They got vendors for Lego stuff. They got Lego games. They got custom Lego stuff, panels, display booths for every theme under the sun. They have cool people to talk to. They have just a bunch of amazing stuff.
A
Food
lot
court,
of custom
overpriced
stuff.
though it may be. A lot of custom stuff.
Like some of this custom
Alright.
stuff. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
This custom stuff is awesome. So the first day,
Do that.
it is important.
Not Kim Thompson. That's his like. That's his,
No, that's something we got later.
This is
So anyway,
better.
you're not gonna be able to see this very well, but on this, on this is this little gold Lego mat. Oh, on this is this little gold Lego mask. And the first day we're there, immediately these people walk up to us and they're like, "Oh my goodness, you guys TTV? I have something for you."
Golden Miru.
And like the guy points at me and he says, "I have something for you," and I'm like, "Oh, for me?" And all the others are going, "For us, Eljay." So he reaches into his bag and he picks this up and he's like, "Here you
You
go."
always try to stretch stories to make yourself look good. You're like,
That's how it happened.
No, he always does this.
No, that is absolutely how it happened.
That's
There you go.
not how it happened.
That is
right?
literally how it happened. Yes,
No.
absolutely. You guys, like, I remember you guys are going, "It's for
Literally
us, Eljay,
everyone else.
collectively."
No,
Yes.
that was not a thing.
Where's the video footage, Eljay? Where's the proof?
I don't know. Mask of Time. Where is it?
So
anyway.
we're wrong. Doesn't mean that you can't be wrong.
Listen, I'm right though. This happened. The guy can vouch for me. We will see him tomorrow.
All right.
He can vouch.
He
for
made
me.
this for me too. He made us. He's making us all sick.
Yeah,
Really
so
awesome.
But
he's
he
really
made
talented.
this guy's really talented.
But it's like the first day they give us this, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is
It was
so
kind of a good
cool.
precursor to what you can really
Once
expect
a
from
month,
BrickFair. There's
he's gonna have more tomorrow.
I think so. I think he was working on. He wants to give Viper hers, so he doesn't have to ship it overseas. He might. He said he might
Yeah.
ship some of your guys' off.
Aw.
But like, all right. So this one, I wasn't wearing this shirt. I was wearing like a darker blue shirt. But you can kind of see that that's there. I have glasses. I have cool hair. Love it. It's great.
It's
Yeah,
a good
it's
precursor
pretty-
to what we
it's
could
really on
expect
point.
from
It's
the
really
rest
on
of
point.
BrickFair because they have custom stuff for basically everything.
They always
imaginable.
custom minifigures.
Custom
You
bricks,
got
tiles,
custom masks.
designs,
Did anyone
custom
else get
masks.
a custom
right
thing?
here.
Oh,
What
yeah,
custom? Take a look at this.
Oh, Modal
This
masks.
is great.
That guy is spectacular.
Meso got this custom mask.
Modalt masks.
No, bottom one.
Okay, Modalt masks. Credit where credit is due. These guys are absolutely amazing custom mask makers. I bought from them before. You may remember the spooky, scary Skull Spiders mask. from
This
way
one's
before,
way
but
better.
This one is far superior in my opinion. I believe it's Sans from Undertale. Right? That's what it is supposed to be? Alright.
Man, it just
And
fits
it
you
is
so much.
quite awesome. I love it a lot.
I'm getting my own thing from him. What'd you guys get from him?
I
Yeah.
got a protector mask with like some symbols on.
Nice.
I got a Colta mask that was painted in kind of like gold, dark gold, metallic color.
Yeah,
It
And
was-
it had red symbols on it, and that's the crazy thing. These symbols are really small, and I asked him, "Is this all hand painted?" He's like, "Yeah, dude." And I'm like,
Yeah, you
they
see
were
them
really
when you
intricate,
go up
too.
to the Bionicle section. Like every time I go up there, they're always painting.
Yep.
Like there was
Yeah,
like
okay.
one
It doesn't
time
stop.
There
where I
you go.
didn't see them painting, and like that was it. That was it. They've been. The guy has his head down the entire time. It's really commendable.
I commend his drive, not even like
Really
trying to
awesome.
enjoy the convention, just working to create more stuff. for
He
people.
made this. I wish I'd bought it too. I came back and it was gone. He made a mask creation that was like completely
Oh,
gold,
yeah, I
super
saw that.
textured, and it had all the little indentations in it, like in blue.
Oh,
it looked
yeah.
so
You could
good.
ask him to make another one because I think he has
Yeah.
more masks
Does he
of
have?
creation.
Yeah, I saw some
I
more
just
on his
might.
desk.
If we have like PayPal, I'm already paying
I don't
him.
think he would mind.
I'm getting a top. I'm finally getting a G2 version of the Calyx. I'm getting a Tahi United mask, and I'm having it painted by you.
Did you give it to him
Yeah,
already?
yeah. I already gave it to him. He's working on it right now. It was actually he was painting it at the thing when we left. I saw it.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's gonna look great. It looks like they have that non-canon, but like the version of the Calyx without like the organic stuff. Yeah, and it looks almost like really a lot like that.
Wow.
Now that
Well,
he's
awesome.
adding all the like the details to it. So that's been great. I love that.
Oh yeah, I saw a row with the bullet bill.
I really
Yeah.
wanted to
Oh,
get
that was
that.
great.
Detail on it.
I
That
love
was
that.
really cool.
Yeah. Modal Masks is just one of many. It's the closest to us because of Bionicle fans. But talk about all those different custom licensed minifigures from basically everything you could think of.
There was
Yeah.
the
Breaking Bad,
Breaking Bad.
Overwatch,
Oh,
just
yeah.
like
Overwatch was there.
every kind of thing possible.
Oh, one thing I really liked, this guy
Really fun.
made like Minecraft things, and I first thought, oh, he just made a bunch of the default Minecraft skins. I was like, wait a second, no, these are the achievement hunters. He has 6 achievement hunters there.
Isn't that the same guy who gave me the mask?
No, it's a different guy. He does have a lot of stuff there.
Okay.
Different
Oh,
stuff.
yeah, I
We should,
remember. I took a bunch of pictures of that
I do
guy's
so many. I met
minifigures,
so many
yeah.
people and so many names. They just like went. I gotta find these people now.
The socialization aspect of BrickFair has been my favorite part so far.
Yeah.
Just talking to all these people, some of whom you've heard of over the years, some of them you're just meeting for the first time. Chat them up, see what's going on, how are they enjoying it, and you learn a bit about what they do and what they
Right.
like, and the
Yeah.
stuff that they're
Thursday,
involved with.
Thursday we had was it Thursday or yeah, it was Thursday.
Thursday was our
What kind of day we got there? We had lunch with the BZP people.
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
we
yeah.
had Zaf.
yeah.
Lady,
Shimiki-
is it
yeah.
Lady Kaguya?
Lady
Did I
K.
say it right?
I don't know.
Kagyu.
Okay,
I apologize.
she's been on our podcast before. Zaf has also
I just
been
call
on
her
the channel
Lady
before.
K, so
Yeah, I think she
Lady
minds.
K was there.
Avoca Tamer, I guess he's not really on the channel. He's a part of TTV.
He is
Yes.
the
Edits,
editor
yeah.
of TTV Talks and the BrickFeed
BrickFeed?
BrickFeed
and the
podcast.
BrickFeed
Yeah.
podcast. He is an awesome guy.
Great
Yeah,
guy.
we're
Oh.
trying to convince him to come on the podcast at some point. But
Yeah,
He's
He's
really
hopefully he does
shy.
it.
He's very shy.
Shimiki was there too. Just a bunch of great
All these people from over the years, we finally get to meet them for the first
Yeah.
time. in
And
person.
you met someone that you were super excited about.
Alright, I fanboyed a little bit when I met Shadow Gear.
Yeah.
Oh,
He is
dude.
He had this
Yeah.
box
A
out.
biotuber of very, very famous,
It's
very
funny.
notable
We're-
over the years.
I remember that too because we were walking by the Bionicle section where all the Bionicle boxes were there, and all of a sudden, one of you guys, I think it was you, was like, Shadow Gear's box are here. And I'm like, Shadow Gear is
And
here?
he's like, we were walking in a straight line, I looked to my right, just instantly
Yeah.
like to the
Yeah.
right, I could go there.
And then we're looking at his box and we're like, what? And there was Sovereign, which is
The biggest
I-
one.
yeah,
biggest
the
one.
big
Love
one,
it.
his
Love it.
self-mock, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That I reviewed. I'm like, what, dude? I reviewed this thing. And I'm looking around. I see Elira's mocks are there too.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what? They're both here. Oh.
And it was especially crazy because the day we were there prior, there was no table space. We come back the next day, and all these mocks have just materialized out of thin air, and seemingly they haven't really added much table space. Reason being, they had to shove a lot of stuff to the side to like clear stuff out, but it was crazy just that sudden appearance.
Yeah,
of,
I'm
Yeah, I couldn't even find
we
the
met
spots.
both of them, and they're awesome.
They're fantastic
people.
people.
Really great people.
Fantastic.
So that
Alright.
was just the tip of the iceberg.
Well, okay, let's talk
Honestly.
about this because we filmed a lot of content. I filmed a lot of stuff, and
I filmed a good
hopefully
bit of stuff.
we'll compile it together. That night, Friday night, was it Friday or Thursday
Yeah,
night?
this was Thursday. When we met Shadow Gear?
No, when
No.
we did this.
When we did-
Okay.
that
Let's
was-
talk about
that was
okay. So
Thursday night.
journey to one
The
Lakuta.
elephant in the room.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
was there at BrickFair. It's Corvin.
Corbin.
Corvin. Who is I think
Vizak's friend.
Vizak's friend.
Yeah.
He's a member of the Bionicle community for a while. And now he works at Lego. He's a designer there, and he was one of the designers that worked on this. So we brought it to BrickFair. It was in one of the
It was in one of the light boxes.
Yeah, one of the light
Along
boxes.
with a lot of the other
Yeah.
transparent.
and so here's the deal. BS1 has these photos I've given to him. I think
Yes.
by Lego they have
Those
photos
are
sent from
official Lego
photos.
photos,
Exactly.
Of the model. The model's there, so we take our own couple photos and we're like, we are going to get this set built
Yeah,
tonight.
because lucky for us, not only was the official model there, but one of the people that worked on the skeleton for it,
Right.
I only know his first name, Corvin.
Right.
He was best known on BZ Power as Vezok's friend. He was there, actually, he brought it with him. So we were thinking, hey, why don't we just go ahead and take a bunch of pictures and reverse engineer it?
And
Because we
so
had planned
began
on
the
doing it.
start of a great journey.
Yeah, so we went on an adventure. Like, honestly, had we recorded that, it would have been just like that one segment of
No, we
Legends of
recorded a
Metronui.
ton of it. I recorded a ton of
decent
Oh, yeah,
it.
bit,
bunch of
not
it, it's
all.
like
Decent bit,
So
not all.
that scene from Legends of Metronui where the
Yeah.
two are looking
Yeah,
for
exactly.
the discs.
We go to how many? We went to
The grand total was 3 Walmarts,
Right.
3 Targets,
Right.
2 Toys R Us's,
Right.
a Lego store,
Right.
and the BrickFair vendors booth.
Yeah.
the
yeah,
Lego
we
store
went
was like the
everywhere.
most useless thing.
Yeah.
They did not carry Bionicle anymore.
Absolutely useless.
Lego store, the only things they still had for Bionicle were clearance, not even clearance. Well, yeah, they're Skull Villains, Basher, Scorpio, and Slicer.
Nothing would be
Like
worth.
half the
Walmart's-
stores we went to did not have Bionicle.
Walmart's were
It
even
was
more
crazy.
useless. Bionicle's not being stocked anymore at Walmart's.
Now,
Completely
Toys
got
R
it.
Us helped us out a lot.
Yeah,
Had a lot of
credit
good
where
stuff.
credit is due.
Toys
Yeah.
R Us helped us out, and we got Tahu Uniter at BrickFair.
Not only
Yeah.
did we get Tahu Uniter, so one of the things we were concerned about, because we had the list officially from BSO1 who got it from Lego of the sets that went into this model, and it's 7 sets, both Umarax, Tahu and Anoa Uniter, Occur, Lord of Skull Spiders,
Yeah.
and Maskmaker vs. Skull Grinder.
Right.
So we were concerned about the 2015 sets, Lord of Skull Spiders, Maskmaker vs. Skull Grinder.
Particularly lost because nobody
Yeah,
likes him.
Exactly. No one likes him. He's an old set. We were worried we weren't going to find him.
I
So
like him.
we managed to find Maskmaker vs. Skull Grinder at a Toys R Us.
Yeah, clearance too. Saved you a little bit of money.
Exactly.
Like $5.
And
great.
one of the last few sets we needed was a loss. And we were sitting here going, all right, well, we're going to order him. Amazon Prime. He'll be here in 2 days.
We were saying goodbye to Lady K
Right.
at the table, and then suddenly
Next
someone
to her, there was a gentleman whose name I cannot recall. He's got an awesome hat. Oh, that actually might be the case.
No, it's her brother.
That might be
it was
her
her
brother.
brother.
Yeah,
Shout out
I
to
How
you.
it was.
And
was
he's,
shocked.
he's
I'm-
sitting
I'm-
there.
I-
He just
yeah.
we're just
Yeah,
talking
it's
to them, and
Yeah.
all of a sudden he pulls out
lost.
Laws, and we freak out. Elders like,
Is it? Yeah, I'm like, is that lost?
yeah, we were like, hey, where'd you get that? And he was like, yeah, I got this for $10 over there. I'm gonna use it for mocking parts. And I was like, I'll give you 15 right now, which I mean, Eldor will give you 15
Yeah.
right now
Yeah.
for a lot. And he pondered it for a minute. And was like, I'll get the parts another time, and we made the transaction.
like $15, sure.
Because that's retail price. It was fine. And we'd already got that clearance on Culta as well. We'd
Of
saved
course.
like $5. So
Now, it was great at the time. We later go to a Toys R Us. Not only do we find Maskmaker vs. Skull Grinder, we also find Lost.
Yeah, but I mean,
for $1 more.
you
Save $1.
contributed to the economy of
BrickFair, the BrickFair
the BrickFair economy, the fan economy.
I don't regret it. I'm just
Economy.
saying it was funny.
Yeah, it was pretty funny though. We were like, we can't find him.
And then the greatest challenge was Tahu, because he's actually popular. So
Right.
we
So
eventually
that
had to
he
pay a
got-
$5
He was not at
premium.
any
Right.
of the stores, but he,
He
was,
was
at
marked
BrickFair.
out.
Yeah, we had to pay a $5 premium for him at BrickFair.
Okay, we go home. We were like, all right, let's get this started.
Yep.
Thus starts our journey to like 5 in the
Oh,
morning
yeah.
to getting this guy done.
Yeah.
We
so-
work like, and we're up super late. Really, the credit really goes to LJ and Van and Var.
Because Viber went to sleep, I only helped with the little waste, not waste. The
I
waste
built-
thing.
You helped
And you were
sort a
reading-
little bit.
Yeah,
You
you
were
were-
reading Cursed Cha.
Well,
so.
I built a lot of these stuff that was easy to build from the photos. Like I built like a lot of the stuff that came in.
Like, I got started on one of the legs, and the guy's like, alright, let
Yeah.
me see so I can build the other one.
Right, so
Yeah.
I'm not good at reverse engineering at all because I don't know all the pieces that go into it. But whenever there's something that needed to be duplicated, like the legs, for example, Ben would figure out how the leg worked, and I just build the other one.
Yeah.
Just
It was, from what I can see, it was incredibly ridiculous because there were a couple portions of the build that had you get stumped first.
oh, and
Yeah.
like for hours,
Oh
and like you
my
guys are
God.
going over those
Especially
photos.
the
What time-
Gluteus Maximus.
Yeah.
Yeah, what time did we start that night?
Okay, we started
We started
roughly...
at, well, you started at
11-ish?
about around midnight.
Maybe
I
around
stayed for
midnight,
about
yeah.
an hour
Okay,
and went
so-
to bed.
You were up until 5:30.
Yeah, we were up till 5:30, so we spent about 5 hours just getting started, and we weren't even done.
Yeah.
We
You worked out in the morning, too.
Yeah,
We worked a little bit in the morning,
We
but, like-
finished it in the morning, and even then that took us.
Well,
Well,
like,
we
here's the
finished
thing.
it, quote
We
unquote.
finished it that night. However, we
we did.
You
we
did
did
finish
finish that night,
We did.
but we had to do some final touches.
You did a final touch. Now, there were probably the 3 hardest parts to figure out were the waist, the upper torso area,
Right.
and
The spear.
The spear.
The spear was
The
really
spear
Yeah.
is
Let me
entirely-
describe this real quick.
The spear is entirely on this mad
Oh, man.
genius right here.
No, you figured that out.
There are 2 things that screwed us up for a while. For one thing was his butt, because we could not figure out how to connect this thing right here, this the creature head. We didn't know how the heck to connect that and then get all this working out. So that took us a while. And then the next morning, I was like, wait, didn't this guy have a function? Like, wasn't this thing supposed to spin? Because at first it didn't. It was stationary. The only thing that spun was this, but there's no way to actually spin the drill. So I spent a good while just like
we had seen
trying
videos.
to figure
The
that
thing
out.
is too, like we never touched the model at BrickFair for obvious reasons. This is an official model.
Yeah.
So we didn't touch that at all, and so we had to figure out how to make this work without using anything.
Yeah.
And the horrible thing is, there weren't instructions. There were a few photos
Right.
that kind of deconstructed it. We had the skeleton. We had some of the other workings, like his little neck brace right here, and some of the contraptions here.
But the actual interior builds for a lot of these
Nothing.
elaborate structures,
Nothing.
nothing.
Well,
This like cloth cape kind of
now-
a piece.
now there
The
is gonna be
only
something.
thing we used for reference were those pictures that BSO1 took, and
Yes.
then the contest video.
Yeah, the
That's
contest
the
A
thing.
video.
little bit
Yeah.
of the contest video, and
Right.
even then, the contest video was like such a bad resolution. It was really hard to make out
But
something.
what we did get, like, right, so we finished this up, we made everything, work, we took it to BrickFair. We saw Corbin, we had him, like, look it over and see, like, hey, we kind of look it over, did we get everything right? And he kind of gave
Yeah,
us
Which we thankfully did capture
Yeah.
on video.
Yeah, so thankfully we did have that. We can confirm that he gave it the okay. Now
Right.
he did clarify.
Right.
He said that he only worked on some of the skeleton right around this area.
Right.
And then he went on a trip, and then he came back, and everybody else had taken care of it. There were like roughly 3 or 4 set designers that worked on this model, and he gave it his look, and he said, that looks pretty good to me.
Right. Obviously, it's not like we are releasing. We took an album with a lot of photos. I want to do a video of us building it. I don't know if that'll happen. But basically, we will be giving you guys information on how to build this more than just the photos are in these ones.
Yes.
How to build this from bottom up.
Absolutely.
That being said, do bear in mind, of course, even though we had people look it over. Obviously, he didn't take it apart piece by piece, so there might be 1 or 2 things that aren't the official thing. But as close as we can verify, because we also took it and compared it with the model, as close as we can verify, this is exact replica.
Yes.
And
Now,
we did it in one night, which I find
You
pretty
should
incredible.
be very happy about
yeah,
that.
it was
Yeah.
possibly one of the best experiences I've had with Bionicle ever, because I've never done group building before.
Yeah, we were all like, everyone was
Yeah,
doing
that
that.
was-
That was fun.
Really
Pretty cool.
awesome, because we had Ven, and he had his like little like speaker thing.
Right.
And he had this really
yeah,
great
dude,
soundtrack,
right.
and it was long, and it was just amping up. And here we are trying to figure this out. We're just throwing ideas.
Yeah,
around.
the song was building up, like the
We're
pacing
getting
was
closer
getting
to
faster. It was like
completing
dun, dun,
Oh, was that
dun,
Dead
dun.
Mouse?
No, actually it was a different,
different one, yeah.
artist, different EDM artist, but it was cool because I forgot that the song had that big build up.
Yeah.
So we were getting to a point where we were stuck with the butt. So we were trying to figure out how to get that working.
that
And
butt working.
as we were getting closer to finding the solution, it went from dun 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 dun, dun and the tempo like got faster and faster. It got more
Yeah.
intense, and oh man, it felt
Also,
cool.
while they're doing that too, I did read Tourist Child from cover to cover.
Nice.
Yeah.
We should talk about that
Thumbs
later.
up, thumbs down. Alright, well,
Meanwhile, I was recovering
This one thumbs
after
up.
5 hours of jet lag.
yeah, you were.
Yeah, no,
I feel
I
really bad
felt
for
really
you.
bad.
You're like
You
going
were
through a
Plus,
lot
we
right
were
now.
driving around and like running around, like getting stuff.
Yeah. So we did it. We completed. We brought it to BrickFair. Corbin looked it over. He was a very kind, fantastic person. Looked it over, said, "Look good to him."
Right.
We basically consider that to be,
Well,
Good
it
enough
was cool too
compliment.
because we like other people were like, oh, like we were walking around and we were kind of like. There was a point in time where they moved the Makuta thing from
Okay, yeah,
and
this
we were
was
like,
funny.
we hope they didn't do it because people might think that we stole the set or like we took it from the thing or going around.
Yeah, it was
Well, it was cool to like have other people who had seen the set and we were showing to them like, hey, this one you can actually touch. You could actually go through the function stuff because we didn't care about it. It's not an official thing. So like people were like, oh, cool. They were able to pose it a little bit and do that. And they got
quote
that
unquote
experience.
pose.
I
Let's
mean-
talk about the set.
All right, okay.
Oh,
This
yeah.
set,
So
To
I've
display
spent.
one.
I will be reviewing this.
Yeah.
Because I consider this to be
it's
pretty
standard.
much. It's important. It's Makuta. It's not a good set. Do not
Rip.
consider this to be a set at all.
Fantastic model.
Absolutely great build.
Amazing, beautiful model.
Genius build, great model. It's wonderful for display, and the functions work very well. If you are looking for something to play with and articulate and pose, you will have pieces popping off left and right. It is not a very well stable set.
For that purpose. And I mean, obviously this is a thing that they built either knowing, I don't know if they did it knowing or not knowing, well, this is the thing that, as a prototype kind of thing that they built, obviously in a official setting, they would have, if this was actually released,
They would have cleaned it
they would have
up.
cleaned it out. They would have made it more right.
It.
This is very much
I'd classify
made
this
for
as a
this.
concept model.
Right. This is
It's
a
obvious
concept
that
model.
it's obvious that they had an image in mind of what they
Right.
wanted them to look like. So they just stuck a couple of pieces together to get whatever concept they had, and added on.
They really designed it. It's not like
I know, but I'm saying like then they started adding on to it, seeing what looks cool and everything, what kind of functions they could do. And then somewhere later down the line, if this was to become official, this definitely
There would have been new
Add
pieces put in instead of
the
journalism
structure,
combined.
the bone setup, and everything would have been a lot better.
And it's just like it
I
is hard
guarantee
to
you,
pose.
this whole thing down here would have been replaced with a cloth piece, and there would have been none of this
Yeah.
like battle skirt
Maybe, yeah.
technic stuff, because that was the real complexity.
This is the most frustrating part about it because it looks really, really good, but it hinders the mobility substantially.
Yeah,
it's also just ridiculously intricate in a good way for mockists and us who had to build it, but for a set, it would never have worked.
Right.
It would have been streamlined, of course.
Possibly, part of it could be that, even though I don't think so, there could be a thing where maybe we got one or two pieces wrong, and that's why it's not
I don't
think so.
Don't plant those seeds.
I want to be a disclaimer.
It was very oh, go ahead.
I do not believe that we got anything wrong.
I don't know.
We know when things didn't work, we knew we got stuff wrong, and when they clicked together, that is when we believed wholeheartedly that we had it.
Like look from the angle those pictures were taken and it looked exactly like that. Like,
go ahead, Ben.
Hello.
Hi.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm alright.
Nice.
I wasn't involved in this, so I'm just kind
that's
of...
true.
yeah.
Okay.
I hear you.
Okay.
I had like built the stupid wrist blade thing, and that
You
thing
partially built it.
I built most of it.
The fact
I
is
built
that I was
90%
way
of
too
it.
tired
Yeah, that's a
if
fair
I
point.
tried
And it
doing
was really
I
annoying.
wanted to make a mistake
It was.
and
It's horrible.
anything. So...
Yeah. Ben, you were
We're
gonna say
making
something real
mistakes
quick?
left and right, to be
So,
fair.
alright, well-
Hey, man. You've got to try this sandwich. It's no ordinary... Anyway. So, this was probably one of the most interesting... the most interesting CCBS film I've done.
Definitely.
Definite eye-opener over what I could do with CCBS, because
Right.
this is crazy. The only thing is, like... It made me realize how expensive it is to work with pure CCBS films. Like this, getting this guy together costed about 140. Well, it normally should cost 140.
115.
150.
150.
It should cost 110.
15.
It should cost.
115?
Yep.
It
Are you
should
sure?
cost.
Yeah.
We got Umarak, Onua, and Tahu at 60. Umarak the Destroyer, 85. Lost, 100. And then... What am I forgetting? Oh, no, wait.
Occur.
No, it would be more than that. You're right.
You're right. Vin's right.
Yeah.
Because Occur makes it 110, and Mask Maker versus Skull Grinder.
We would make it 30.
It's at one-
Yeah.
Now
How
we
much
did.
money did I
140.
spend, guys?
Too much. 145, probably. When all said and
Well,
done, 'cause
at,
it was a
at
$5
most it would
markup.
probably be 145, but we did get some things for a cheaper price.
We did.
The actual,
So we don't know.
retail price from Akuda, which we have been tabulating wrongly this whole time and posting in our tweets and stuff.
But
and
I
telling
did it
people
because I wrote it
because
down.
our poor math is actually $140.
If you want to get all the sets to build this guy, unless you shop on BrickLink and
Yeah.
somehow find all the
Second hand
parts.
will always be cheaper.
We will,
but
like,
buy
yeah,
them at
we got it,
retail.
we got it.
Because,
140.
that's something we forgot to mention. There's a lot of leftover parts. Rip. There's a lot of leftover parts. Like, you should have seen this
Yeah,
table when we were done. There was so much left over.
It
It
was
was
chock full.
It was ridiculous.
And that's again the concept of the concept model, how they would clean it up, streamline
Yeah,
stuff.
you know.
And obviously the set would not come with the leftover pieces, so the price would be much, much, much
Yeah.
lower.
Yeah. So, personally, I wouldn't recommend spending the $140. I would just go on like BrickLink or something. See what you got. Because
However-
are we gonna try uploading instructions?
Yes.
Yes.
We will be uploading instructions
Take a
on
look
at
those.
how to do this.
Yeah. Try putting together whatever parts you think.
Bold
that would be in
claims,
it.
Jay. Bold claims.
Well, alright.
Honestly,
Can he
the
deliver?
hardest
Var's
part-
been working on it.
Can VAR deliver?
Yeah, heck
right.
yes.
All right.
Absolutely.
hardest part will just be getting some exclusive parts like the mask or like the shoulders
Alright.
and stuff like
Well,
that.
we'll talk about the
I'll
mask
remember
another
them.
time. I feel.
Shapewear.
Yeah.
We have too much to talk about tonight, but the mask, I
Check the description.
Oh, I wasn't actually talking about Shapeways, but yeah, let's talk about that. Real
Oh,
quick.
okay.
Yeah, I don't think we
Real
need
quick,
to.
spin
fine,
up
we
the
won't
page.
talk
It's on
about it real
Shapewear.
quick.
Yeah.
Check the description.
Yeah, but
Okay, fine.
as far the one Corvin brought over, it was wearing the mask control, so we threw the mask control on it. Either way, the way we're divvying it up, I'm taking it back for review, so you guys will get an in-depth set review
Right.
on it, and then everyone else gets whatever parts they want.
It's looking good.
I got the one from
Yeah,
Mobile
I
Masks,
took
is,
a-
the Talking
I took
United
a
mask
lot
that came on
of
Talking United. But yeah, we were able to get to see this set early. And if you want to see our videos early, you can go to vessel.com/the TTV channel. Or you can get our stuff. You can watch our videos there, or get 1 week early access for $2.99 a month. It's the price of a power bag. Or you can even do the better deal. And
This is the TTV podcast where it's the price of a pencil.
Do you want to see the recap reviews early, little Johnny? Not you.
you.
Kyle,
Oh,
he's
me?
technically little Johnny.
Am I?
To be
I thought
honest.
she was
no,
no, she's supposed to be.
I'm making a joke.
Little
He
John.
said little Johnny, we all look at Vine.
Yeah, I know. Because
It's because of
spit
the-
earlier.
I'm
It's
making
because
a
of
Hello,
joke.
Johnny.
Actually,
she is
do
not
do
amused.
you want some? You need a little pick me
He
up.
drank out of that. I wouldn't recommend it.
You're not gonna die.
Come on. It's not like a fly landed on it or anything.
Oh!
Okay, so I want to talk about this.
No, wait, no. What we got it? It's a
okay,
huge
okay.
story. It's a funny story, but we should get into
Okay.
the actual thing that happened today.
All right.
Today was
is
the best.
today was amazing.
Today was a public day, just so you wonder what he's freaking out about. The first public day at BrickFair Virginia, where we got to meet a ton of fans.
Let's get started. What did you think today was going to be? I thought we're going to see like a couple, like maybe 1 or 2 people, maybe 5 at the most. Will come and say hi,
I
and
thought
maybe
we were
get
going
one
to see
of the
like
comics.
5 fans.
Right, and they'll say,
Yeah.
hey, you know, I'd like to want to
spread
sign
out
stuff.
through the entire day. I brought my iPad, I brought my book, I brought my phone.
Right.
I
Expecting
bought
to kill lots of
Yeah, I
fans.
thought we were just going to like sit
Like,
around.
I
Maybe
was
somebody will come by stuff.
prepared for like the worst case scenario where we had nobody, and then all of a
Right.
sudden we get around the booth and everyone, like so many
People
people
are
showed
lining
up.
up. I missed some of it because I had to go back to my car.
We didn't
I
have more
timed
than
it.
like 10 seconds of downtime between people handing us stuff to sign.
For about an hour and a half, people
Yes,
were like
yeah.
coming
Wow.
up to us, and I should post I did a lot of Snapchats. I did videos, I did
the
Snapchats.
Snapchats.
Okay? Well, I did videos and I did Snapchats. People are coming up, they're asking us to sign our posters, sign like the notebooks, sign Lego movie covers, sign
T-shirts.
T-shirts, sign all this stuff. And we were very luckily, even though we were kind of like pushed in the end there. I'm so glad we're at the end because people could come around
And
and
it
have
was
photos.
crazy
of us.
because Eljay was giving away comics to the first couple of people that showed up to see us, and they were gone
They were
within
immediately
minutes.
gone.
I was like,
Yeah.
Eljay, you got any more comics? He's like, no, man, I already ran out. Are you serious?
Like literally, people came by with more comics. People came by with
I
posters.
gotta say,
Yeah, I was-
two things I didn't think would happen. One, I didn't think I'd be able to sign any more books because I did sign a book while I was in Salt Lake, but I didn't think I'd get to sign any more. And 2, I didn't think I'd sign somebody's back.
Oh yeah, we signed
Oh,
like 2
yeah,
shirts.
we signed somebody's
At
back.
least 2 shirts.
We signed a map of Okoto. We signed like
We
one
signed
or
some
2
graphic
copies.
novels.
1 or 2
Yeah,
copies of
graphic
the.
novels.
Yeah.
We signed 1 or 2 copies of the first Bionicle comic.
We did.
And the last.
And the
And
last,
the
we also
last.
saw the last Bionicle chapter book. I signed that. I don't know.
Someone
we
asked
also-
me to sign a Solek mask.
I had
And
3
So like
people.
that.
Surprise.
3 people
Hey,
came up to me.
there was a guy who just
mirrors.
wanted you to sign a Mahiki. Did he ever get you?
No, he didn't.
Why don't you find
Well,
him
maybe
tomorrow?
tomorrow.
I signed a Calyx. He was like, so I signed that.
I signed a Solek canister as well, so my life's
Oh,
great.
that was funny.
That was
dude.
pretty
That
cool.
was great.
3 mirrors.
We had to have, like, how many people stopped by?
I don't know.
Like,
I
over-
lost track.
Over,
I-
I didn't even
yeah.
count. Over
About
20?
30
Almost 30
people.
I lost
People-
track
because
at
people kept
15,
coming in and
I
out.
just kind of stopped counting.
By the way, if you are out there and you took a photo of this or had us sign something, take a picture of this, tweet it at us, put us on the boards, like
Yeah.
do something.
Post
I
it, put it
understand.
somewhere
Put it
where
somewhere where we
we
can
can
see it.
I-
We love seeing that.
I
We'll-
understand
we'll-
not everybody uses social media
Right.
or whatever, but try to communicate that in some fashion.
All right. So, anyhow, that was possibly the most exhilarating hour and a half of my life.
Yes.
Now, our favorite person.
All right.
Okay.
Shout out to you,
Oh,
Sage.
yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's talk about
Sage.
this. Let's talk about this real quick.
Sage,
You have
Sage
this?
is the best.
All right.
Hold it up.
all right. This
You
is
talk
this
about
is
it,
crazy.
okay, John.
Oh, okay. So we're doing this. We're doing our normal thing. We're signing all this stuff. This little girl comes up to us. Her name's Sage, and she has this art she's made. She's made fan art of us. I don't know how old she is.
She could not have
She
been.
looked about 4 or like.
Yeah, she was
not
older than that.
that
She was
young.
older than
She
that.
was definitely older than that because
She
she
was
knew how to
very
talk.
young, like-
She was
like-
very
Very
good
young.
at talking.
She was either between 6 or 12.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in that vicinity.
She was just cute as a button.
She
Yeah.
had
so adorable,
She had
man.
a cardboard row, I believe.
Yes,
that
she
comes
did.
back made
Yeah.
out of cereal
Yeah.
boxes.
At first, it was cool
It was
because
the
at first she
greatest
was showing us the drawings, right? And we're all looking at them, and then I'm off to the side. I'm like, She has a cardboard round.
That's like pretty.
It was really
It was better than your mirror.
Yeah, it was
like cereal
LJ's supposed to have a mirror.
It was really
It was
on
great.
point.
I mean,
it was so
like,
accurate.
It was way better than any of my first 2 cardboard mirrors.
Yeah,
Absolutely
definitely.
blew them out of the water. She did an amazing job. She asked us to sign it.
Yeah, we
signed
signed
that.
it.
That was great.
And it's like,
And she had like art for purple too, and I took a message for her and tweeted it at purple.
That was nice because she was like, Purple Dragon, I like your art's awesome. Because Purple wasn't able to.
Yeah, she wasn't
join
able
us.
to. By the
That
way,
was quite awesome.
if you are, I don't know, she doesn't, obviously, I don't think he does a Twitter or something.
No.
Purple made a drawing for you, which we're gonna,
Yeah.
I guess
It will be in the description. And
we'll throw it
maybe
up
in
on
the
the
video.
screen. Yeah, we'll
Probably
figure something
be
out.
in the video.
Right, but if
Yeah.
you're listening to us right now, Sage, Purple did make a drawing for you as
And
a thank
she
you.
really appreciated it.
Really appreciated
Yeah.
it. She wanted to send that message back to you that she saw it and was
Yeah.
like,
It's really amazing because at first, like, there were a lot of children, obviously, at this convention. And so we had a bunch of kids. They were coming through. I didn't realize it. She was so young. I didn't realize we had fans that young.
yeah, I like, the best thing is like having kids come up and being like, "Hey, I listened to your stuff." And so there was some kids who are like kind of nervous, and we had to be like, "Hey, you want to get a picture? You know, want to do something?"
The very eager people.
Very,
that-
very eager to see it. And
They're
that
so
was
young,
like,
they're filled with enthusiasm and optimism.
yeah, it's like,
They
oh, you haven't
been
been, you've been punched by the world yet. The world
Yeah.
hasn't like.
They're the next generation.
They are.
They're the future.
I know, like,
And I really
I'm
like that.
so glad we're able to.
Yeah, it
to
was
reach
really
those.
touching. Sage, you're my most favorite part of that day.
Oh,
Yeah,
it was
thank you
my
so much
it was
for
my
that.
highlight of my day.
That was the
Absolutely.
highlight.
Yeah.
That really
That was
brought me up.
collectively like one of our like highlight
Yeah.
moments.
Yeah.
where it
But
was
I mean,
just-
there were so many other people that came. And
Yeah.
made
yeah,
that
there
moment
was so
great.
many other. Someone made me blush like big time.
Oh yeah, she's on. Hold on, I
yeah.
have her. I have her on here. She
Shout
actually
out,
started
son.
following me.
I think it's
give me one
Sydney?
second. It's Sydney.
Yeah, Sydney. I didn't expect like anyone to be like I was
She
surprised.
came right up to you. She's like, "You're my favorite."
I was like,
And then Viper turned into a tomato, blushing like
you mean a
crazy.
tomato?
Oh, come on.
Oh,
And that's the end of this episode. Make sure to rate the video, comment the video.
Oh look, there's a convenient fly on Viper's head.
Build up. This build up.
Look,
This
there's
joke.
No
Yeah,
one's
alright.
ever gonna understand the joke, but yeah, it made me blush so much because I was worried because I didn't really say anything in the podcast very often.
That's not
First
true.
came my
You-
Megante.
in comparison to other people, I don't. But
I feel like you talk a lot more
I
than you
make like
realize.
little short quips during the episode, and that's it. I just
I
someone
don't
who
know.
makes
Oh,
me
wow.
laugh.
No.
But
You don't give yourself enough credit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting people. I didn't expect anyone to come up to me like, "You're my favorite." I was just like, I did not expect that at all. Like everyone, like I expected like people to come up to Meso and Eljay and like Kai and Ben. Cause
No one said I was their favorite. They just wanted
I-
to-
I-
yes,
Which, by the way,
well
awesome pictures.
established in the community and everything, like in VAR as well. Hi,
Right.
VAR.
Well, I don't remember.
Brian was doing so much great work behind the scenes, bro. Shout out to him.
Yeah, he's
I,
like
doing
MVP
this.
I
right
don't
now.
remember anyone saying that I was their favorite, but if you did say that, thank you very much.
I mean, a lot of it was assumed. People targeted you to get mock advice.
Yeah, this guy.
No, there was this kid. There was this kid
Oh,
that
yeah.
on Thursday when we were there and we saw like the first little batch of fans. There was this kid that came up to me a couple of times actually, and one of those times he was like, "Hey, can you like hear your thoughts on this mock I made?" And you know, he was kind of stumbling with his words. Seemed like he was a bit nervous, but he showed me his mock, and it was this cool little blue dragon
Yeah,
thing. And I was
dragon.
like, "Dude, this looks cool." And then he was like, "Can you like do a mock spotlight?" And I was like, "Sure, maybe a little," because we were doing something at the time.
Yeah.
I think we were trying to talk to somebody. I
Yeah,
was
we
like,
were
"Yeah,
talking
just
to the custom math dude, and then he came up and asked.
yeah,
you.
yeah."
And then I kind of like listened in as well, and it was so like.
And at first I was like, "Yeah, just you
Nah,
know,
it
give me a
was great.
second, trying to do some stuff." And then he's like, "Just real quick," you know. And I'm like, "Okay, fine, I'll do it real quick."
He
And
was
so I would talk to him.
sucked into what you were saying.
Yeah.
Like when you're watching it from like the outside, you
Yeah.
saw how much he like looked up to you.
Yeah, he
No,
was
not just
engrossed, and he was
literally,
like,
but
Wow.
yeah, but like.
Wow.
That
No,
was-
but it was really sweet.
No,
like,
So-
you know, one thing that was also cool is how many parents came by with their kids.
Yeah.
That was
Yes.
great.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
kind of
that was
understood
You know, shout out
because,
to like parents that go and are invested in what their kids do, you know, and like are wanting to be there, and like even though you don't know everything about what they do, they're like, we had a mom come by and said, "Oh, we live in what West Africa or something." Remember?
Like
I
a
don't
kid,
recall.
that she said that they like I think it was South Africa. actually.
Yeah,
South Africa.
Really?
They occasionally
Yeah, they
split
would-
between South Africa and the United States,
Oh.
and they said, "Yeah,
Oh.
we listen to you guys all the time." They
Right.
came by. Okay, that guy, what was his name?
It's
Was that KLC?
No, it was not
that wasn't
KLC.
KLC.
I cannot remember your name, good sir, but
we met so many people.
but
I
I
feel so
swear,
bad.
I can't. Yeah.
he gave me the coolest things
did.
because it's like people were coming up to Meso, they were giving him Solak. He gave him a Solak mask,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
the guy comes up
That
to
Solak
me.
mask was ridiculous.
He comes up to me and he says, "Here, Eljay, I got this for you," and he hands me a bag of red axles and blue pins, just chock
I
full.
thought someone was gonna do
that
it.
was
Someone
hilarious.
And I'm
had to.
sitting here, and
That
like
was
he's
great.
expecting me to go like all Fury Road Eljay, but I honestly laughed. That was awesome.
And then you stuck them on your brick bash.
So here's
Yeah,
the
I
thing.
did.
Meso got a ton of Solak stuff.
Okay,
Got a ton of
yeah,
Solak stuff.
too much. I also got an awesome drink, which in hindsight I probably should have
Yeah,
prepared,
Meso
but
mix.
it's up on Twitter. I'll put it up in the video. Meso
Mix.
from Germany, and that's nice for Germany and all that fun stuff. It just plays in the layers upon layers of the joke. It just goes even crazier. So,
You got a lot of Zaxxon stuff too. You got a Axel Zaxxon set. You got a little thing. You got
Oh,
a-
yeah,
you
yeah.
You got
Here we go. Here we go.
All right,
Oh, there it is.
Meso Mix.
Wow.
It's pretty great.
Well, it
Meso
tastes pretty
bottom
good.
one.
So here's the thing. Solak stuff.
Yes.
Red and blue pins.
Yes.
You guys both you hated these things. You hate these things, and people give them to you.
It's made a lot
I want to
better.
go on record. I hate $100 bills. I hate them. I absolutely hate them. So if you come up to me at convention and you want me to sign and or give me $100 bills,
freak out.
I will be so mad. Don't do that. No.
Yeah, of course.
I want to go on record with that.
Of course,
Absolutely hate that.
The incredible gentleman, the incredible gentleman that gave me that bag of red and blue pins. He was like, you know what, to make it up to you, here you go. And he gave me a fantastic brown Miru,
Oh, that was cool.
just
Oh,
absolutely
yeah, that
mint,
was nice. Yeah.
fantastic. It was great.
Yes.
It's a different one.
No, it's an actual,
No, it was an
Nah,
actual
it's
Oh,
mirror.
he actually gave you a real mirror?
Yeah.
Yeah.
a real
Wow.
Miru. That was brown. And
Alright.
While I'm talking real quick, I did want to go on record by saying the kid that wanted to do the live mock spotlight, his name was Camden, and I also want to point out that wasn't a public day. He was an exhibitor.
I know.
He paid the
Really?
$80 and got a live mock spotlight.
Oh,
yeah.
the panel. Hey, we didn't talk about the
And
panel.
he was also at the panel,
Yeah.
too.
He deserves
that's
a big
true.
shout out for that.
Dude, that-
So,
wow.
That panel's gonna be
And
waiting.
considering he was younger, I'm sure his mother had to pay, or his father had to pay,
of
another
course.
$80 is $160 to go
actually,
see our panel
yeah, no,
No, you
are
have
right.
to.
and get a live mock
You know what?
spotlight.
It's a hefty price. I do feel bad for all the parents who have to bring
I don't
kids there,
blame
but
him for.
We know, but if
They
you
are the target
Yeah.
demographic.
listen,
to be honest.
if you're a parent and you're that invested in your kid to pay and bring him over,
You
know,
are
buy
the
him
real
everything.
MVP.
You really
Yes,
are.
yeah.
My parents did a couple of things like that when I was a kid, and I always appreciated that. So keep doing what you're doing. You're doing a great job raising your kid.
Yeah, so if you're watching Camden, thanks for showing up. That
Yeah.
was awesome.
Yes.
And everyone that we've talked about but couldn't name, we
We met so many great
completely
people.
appreciate
Just-
you and love you. We just can't. We
Oh,
met so many
follow us
people.
on
Yeah, it
Twitter
was
is
it was
what
a little
I'd
bit
say.
Yeah,
overwhelming.
I
I'll admit
remember-
that.
No, there's
just because I didn't expect it.
the BCC people were also there.
Yeah, they were.
yeah.
BCC.
Bionicle Comedy, is it Comedy
They-
Crew,
Bionicle
Comedy Channel?
Central, I believe.
Central.
Comedy Central. Yeah,
I gotta say, real quick, the two people off the top of my head I remember, KLC was there.
KLC was there.
You're awesome.
Yeah.
And Loganto
Loganto
there
was
as well.
also there.
And he brought this amazing looking lime macaque.
Oh, was that?
Looked phenomenal.
yeah.
Oh wait, I want to talk about my favorite guy.
All right.
Sorry.
Oh,
This is the best thing. All right.
Okay.
So Var and Viper's not heard the story. I told them in the car.
Oh.
So this guy comes up to me and Meso and Eljay are there, and you guys are off doing something, whatever. He comes up to us and he's talking. He comes up to Eljay. He's like, "Hey, that's a great,
Kanohi Miru.
no, he Miru." He's like, "Yeah, I recognize that." And I'm like, "Cool." And he recognized
my badge.
Yeah, what's your badge? He's like, "Hey, Eljay, aren't you on BZ Power stuff?" And then he looks at my badge like, Kahi, I know you. I was like, oh, is he from TTV? He's like, I've read your comics. He does not know anything about TTV. He does follow, he subscribed to channel level. He's never followed. He's like, I read a comic. I read them to this day. I read it a couple days ago. They still really hold up. Really one in the lawsuits. I'm not
You
joking.
met a fan of your comics?
It gets
Yeah,
worse.
and
It
then
gets way
he's like,
worse.
wait a second. He's like, hey, Eljay, you told him Magazine, right? I was like, yeah. He's like, you know, like the Lazy Life. He's like, no, but you're in his comics. There's a line where he's like, oh yeah, I did a line of Magazine. He's like, oh yeah, no, I remember this now. You're in there. Literally, not only did he know like my comics, which is amazing, but he didn't know Eljay. Only knew Eljay because I wrote about him. Made my day.
I was making comics a full 2 years before Kahi did.
Yeah, but did you get recognized for them?
Yeah, I was like the 14th hottest
Oh,
topic in
here
that
we
forum.
go again. I'm getting vibes of TTV
So-
episode 50
after you
something.
got there.
You're swallowing like cuckoo birds
Do you know who's above me?
Dark
Dark 709. That's Dark 709, Paradox, and Gavel. Only 3 people love me. I'm number 4.
Whatever, dude.
Yeah.
But anyway,
that's how it
whoever
works.
you are, you made his day.
Yo, totally.
It was pretty great.
That was like not just like recognizing my work, but not recognizing Eljay.
And then I got all
Best
sad because
number.
I was just
A
standing there all
bonus points.
awkward because
Yeah.
I don't make comics.
You know, I just remember this one little thing that made me feel kind of cool for a second. It was like, it was actually earlier today for the public day. Black Six came up to where we were, and he was looking for me. He's like, so he taps me on the shoulder. He's like, Marvin, right? Are you the Venom? In my mind, I'm like, no. What I said to him was, yeah, no, I'm the Venom. What's up? And then we couldn't proceed, and he told me that he needed me to go help build the Ghostbusters set.
Right.
But that's not. In my mind, I was like, yeah, I'm the Venom, the one and only.
It's a lot less cool when you remember that was your BZP name.
So no, that's why, you know, I kind of figured, obviously,
You knocked
like,
down the Venom.
obviously he was like, are you the Venom? No,
Right.
he was
just
just
kind of
saying
quoting
the
your
you.
name.
But still, hearing that come out of Black Six,
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
that's kind of cool.
We also went to dinner today with him.
Yes,
Yeah, they went to
that's right.
Kevin Hinkle was
Okay.
there. A lot of the Lego people were there. Kim Thompson. I don't remember everyone who was
It's time.
It's
We've gone to
time
the dinner.
It's time to tell the
Alright.
story.
So-
Can we talk about our panel first?
No, let's talk about the panel. Zaf organized.
It happened. It
Yeah.
was fun.
It was
It
really
happened,
fun. You couldn't hear Eljay because you know.
Okay, no, you couldn't hear not only me, you couldn't hear half the people because we didn't have a microphone.
Yeah,
plugged up
I
together.
you guys-
could barely understand what
Yeah.
you guys
Could
said.
you-
I was doing everything I could.
Here's
It was
the thing.
simply
Wait,
because
wait.
people like
Here's
were.
the thing. Could you hear me? You guys hear me?
I could hear you sometimes.
Kind
most
of,
the time.
not really.
The only two
Not
people I could
really.
hear clearly were you and Black Six.
I mean, my hearing
That's
is
all you
pretty
need.
poor as it is, so when like there's
all you
no,
need.
when there's like 2 lines of people and then like other stuff and other stuff going like a whole expo on the outside.
It was quite-
It's
hard
kind
to
of
hear 'cause of the
difficult to
expo.
hear.
'Cause like,
Like
go ahead.
yeah,
Go ahead.
it's just what this was saying.
No, yeah, I mean it is a little harder, and I mean we did get recordings of the thing.
Zaf got those.
Zaf got recordings. Like,
the
we had,
recording,
like,
if it is not already out, will hopefully be
hopefully
Soon.
very
Very
well
soon.
done. We got a lot of great camera shots, and the audio should be perfectly audible. But for those listening, you deserve a lot of thanks for even coming to check it out in the first place, and those who stayed and listened to the entire thing.
Yeah, because those were all
Despite
people,
not
$80
necessarily
people.
being able to hear, but yes,
60
everyone who
possibly.
was
60,
there,
yeah, possibly.
everyone who was there paid to be there, and they
Yeah.
came to see us and support us and try to listen to the panel. And for that, you
Support
deserve our thanks.
Definitely. And again, thanks to Zaf for doing that.
Yeah,
Zaf
it's
has been
been
great. We've been
Zach
hanging
has
out with
been.
him a lot.
I said this before I met him. He's genuinely one of the nicest people I know.
He's
Shout
gone
out
out
to
of his
Team Farm
way.
Animals, you know?
Team Farm
That
Animals.
entire group. is
They've
great.
gone out of their way
Yeah.
to make us feel welcome because this is not only our first time everybody meeting each other,
Right, it's our first
but it's
Brick
also
Fair.
our first Brick Fair and our first Lego convention, period. So we're still learning the ropes of how to do things, and we could just be there by ourselves figuring things out, but we have had these friendly faces who have included us in their
One of the
events
places.
and gone out. Yeah, well, I mean, yeah.
Yeah,
We've
check
got a ton of
out,
places.
check out Muro de la Historia. I'm saying it wrong. Muro de la Historia?
Muro de la Historia.
Muro de
Alright.
la Historia.
De la Historia.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Check that out, it's very good. And once again, you have our thanks for making us feel welcome during Brick Fair now.
It's funny because every time I try to say that name in front of him, I screwed up.
Yeah.
That first time I was like, hey,
I
like, I know how to say this. I know how to say this. But when I try to say it in, it's like,
It's here's
Historia?
proof
Muro de
right
la
here, right
Historia.
now. You can do it.
Historia.
Historia.
You don't even pronounce the H. Because that's not how Spanish works.
Historia.
Historia.
Yeah, it's a hint.
Historia.
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 Okay.
Alright. We're repeating it so it gets stuck in their heads.
Yeah, no, there's no problem.
Keep going.
That-
Alright, let's
that's
talk about the
what I did
fly.
The fancy dinner and what was possibly, up till this recording, probably the funniest thing that's happened.
Well, no, it's okay.
BrickFair.
No, you're putting it too much. Like it's you had to be there.
No, it was not. It was a stupid thing, but we cracked up so
I know
much.
you had to be there.
No,
So,
there's been other stuff too, but it's like it's been a lot
here,
less.
The laughter.
Now, have him
It's-
explain.
Okay, go for it.
So, honestly, this was the most fun for me at that dinner because I was kind of in the middle of tables. There was the one table, and there were the high BZ Power staff, like the higher ups, the main staff members from BZ Power. The other table, there were these guys, and they were talking to Team Farm Animals. And then right in front of me was the table with all the LEGO representatives, and I got VAR on my left, and I got the new community manager on my right.
Alder's trapped in
I'm
the middle of a
just-
table triangle.
I'm just sitting here, and I'm going, I feel so uncomfortable and nervous. I've never felt that nervous before. And I'm just anxious, and I'm going, oh my gosh.
We were just sitting there drinking our raspberry sweet tea.
Exactly. So then, Meso and I were drinking our raspberry sweet tea out of straws, and a fly comes around, and it lands on Meso's straw. And then as soon as it got there,
So you have to eat them.
it flew off. And so I grabbed the straw, and I said, hey, you may not want to use this anymore. A fly was on it. And I put it down.
And that led. That's where your own started.
It is so funny because it's like I look at Eljay and I'm like, why? Like it was there for like 2 seconds. I even said I was like that fly was there for like 2 seconds. Well, what's the big deal? They like poop on the straw. They leave its germs. Like what? You might as well just shot the glass. Or no, I said, dude, if that thing landed on a table, I wouldn't be surprised if you tackled the table. Mr. President, get back! And then from then on, we spent the next half hour coming up with so many scenarios.
It's this guy and his facial
Really,
expressions.
it's like he's like-
That's what it is. I'm trying to sit here and drink my tea, and he's pulling like weird faces and going like, "Oh, there's a fly." Bzzz.
There's a fly on the boom, boom, boom.
The funny thing was that me and Guy were talking to Team Farm Animals, and we just hear this.
We hear them going crazy on the side. This is the thing where it's like, we miss so much by not having a video podcast.
Yeah,
Your facial expressions make that. It's
It
incredible.
was a fancy, sophisticated dinner, and we were just dying.
We were
That's how unprofessional we
It's
are.
like I was making fun of LJ. I was making him out as if he was like a Secret Service agent protecting Meso in like the most ridiculous scenarios where a fly would just come into his vicinity.
He's like, he's not
Oh, there's a fly! Pull out a lightsaber! Oh, there's a fly! Pull out a bazooka! Coming up all these, and we're laughing.
It's hot news.
I was just
No.
sitting there like, I just want to drink my tea, man. I just
Yeah,
want to like not
No, it
laugh
might
and
sound
spit it all over the place.
It might sound slightly funny, but again, it was like one of those things you had to be there for.
had to be there.
You
Yeah.
had to be there
But-
because we were dying. For
You guys were like,
We were dying. And honestly, I could see
But I mean-
the tears streaking down Var's face.
Yeah,
me-
Var was
me-
crying.
See,
So was I.
all I could hear was like this wisp of a laugh that Marcel had. He was so back in his chair, like
I couldn't breathe.
I couldn't breathe.
I want to do, like, side note, everyone else is also talking and laughing around. It's not like everyone's, like, eating formally. And in the meantime, you have us, like, uproariously laughing about a fly.
No.
Yeah, everyone's having a great time.
It was a very,
Oh
very,
yeah,
very
I
It was a
didn't
funny
even know. I
moment.
didn't even realize how anyone else might have been reacting. What
No one paying. Everyone's, like, doing their own thing.
I will
Everyone's
say
laughing.
so.
Everyone was too busy to worry about us
No,
being
no,
fools.
but I did notice. We were sitting there. We are just, like, ecstatic with laughter. And the new community manager, the new official LEGO community manager for the Americas, he looks over and he's just looking at us, and we're just...
He's like, so this is what I've gotten myself into.
Yeah, man.
This is what my job's gonna be. huh?
you look like you were being electrocuted. You're like,
Yeah. Absolutely.
It was like every time I'd go to drink my tea, Vin would like do something.
Yeah, I remember you were sitting there, you put the straw in your mouth, you're drinking, he's like, oh, there's a fly in there.
There's a fly! No, don't drink it! Don't do it! No! Boom, boom, boom. Boom! Stupid.
before the podcast we had one earlier. I was like, basically we came in.
There's a fly on the table! Dude!
No, we
man.
Someone left
Like, man.
fries on the table, and
Oh my gosh, yeah.
there were ants
Chainsaw.
everywhere, and we spent like about 20 minutes killing them all, and we were like, okay, we're finally ready for the podcast. I'm like, look at
Alright.
Oh man.
It was stupid.
That was
There's no denying how stupid
No,
it
it's
was,
a dumb
but it was
joke,
funny.
but it's funny
It
when you're
was
around.
so funny.
Like,
I think
it's not nothing complex, because as soon as I saw it, I knew it was to do with Eljay,
Yeah.
because of the inherent reaction to the fly.
Right.
And yeah, it's just
The
you
fly-
get it.
We
but
couldn't.
it's
We
funny.
couldn't even eat without the fly coming into
Yeah,
the
you see,
It's
the
like,
thing is that once you mentioned it, I kept thinking I saw the fly. There was like these nails, right? And you know the head of a nail. It's got that little.
Yeah.
And it looked. It was from the distance, so I didn't recognise what it was at first. It was just this black thing, like behind Eljay, and it would look like a fly. I was
That's
like,
how mine will do.
"Is that a fly?"
It's all
Are you
about
kidding me?
perception.
And then, like, when someone else was talking to me, I think it was like 80 or so, I just saw this fly, just like,
there's a fly.
And it was funny because at one point we got this dessert. What was it? The
We got
bende?
beignets.
You got
Yeah.
I'm glad you didn't
Beignets,
hammer.
right?
Boy.
So I wanted to try it, so I grabbed my fork and I pick up because they're like these little pastry balls thing. So
Yeah.
I pick one up with my fork and I thought I saw a fly on it. So in my mind was there's a fly! Yeah!
Imagine if you did that and it landed, like, on the table of the Lego ambassador.
Oh man.
Besides Kevin Hinkle in the head.
Kevin Hinkle, get down!
Everybody on the floor! There's a fly!
It all started because I was drinking my tea.
I was trying to save you!
That one fly was probably...
He was there as quickly as he.
Oh,
as he was
there's a fly on the microphone!
No,
podcast.
that fly probably went to...
Oh.
It was a fly!
Alright. Let's read this back in.
Okay, let's get back on track.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Sink.
Okay. So,
Why
Alright,
did
well,
it just sink?
Yeah.
I don't know.
So that's been the BrickFair show.
It was
Experience. Sorry. So
the
far.
only other fun stuff was like whenever you got the dessert cake or whatever.
Yes,
Yeah.
okay.
Well,
so
no, let's save that.
Right.
We'll have the audience see that. We'll like.
And
Let's
it's
wrap
not
up this.
yeah, no,
you
let's
can
say-
say
Right,
it.
it's in the vlog.
Spoiler,
We
it
got
was
a lot of
funny.
video.
It was
We got a
funny.
lot of video over. Just so much that we haven't talked about. Just little jokes we put in each
There
other.
is so much
That-
that has
Listen,
happened.
How okay?
This is the biggest
Can I tell
TTV
you-
event
can I-
ever. We'll be talking about this for weeks.
How great is it to like finally meet up, guys? Like
It's
we've been, I've
Yeah,
known you
no,
and you
that's-
for like
that's-
7 years. Yeah, 7 years. Viper, I've known him a little less.
Three,
Like
three,
3
4
years.
years.
Well, 4 years now.
I will repeat or kind of rephrase what I told these guys when I first met them, and then went into the elevator with them. I was like, man, this is surreal.
Yeah, that's
It's
how I
like,
felt.
this
Like,
is
I was just
weird.
standing there, like, I was waiting for them. I was like, I just sat there daydreaming because I hadn't had
I'm
any
like,
sleep.
you
And
guys
then
are
all of
finally
a sudden, I just see
three-dimensional.
everyone's face go, "Hi, Viper!" I'm like, "Oh."
It was just so weird. It's like you guys are all 3-dimensional. It's not just voices coming from my ears.
Oh,
Yes.
okay, that's the thing. That's what's weird is hearing you guys not like right here. I'm used to your
Yeah.
voices always being like
Yeah.
right here. How's it going?
I
It's
think I've been-
also nice, like singing in the car and everything.
Oh,
Alright.
karaoke
Dude,
is so much
like
fun.
sing along to
Yeah.
songs in sync
Right.
without Skype lag.
There was a moment when we were driving over to go see Suicide Squad with AT.
Oh,
we were like
yeah.
listening to some classic Bionicle songs, and we just had it blasting. AT, me and Ben, we were just like screaming.
Me-
me and Meso
we almost
heard,
blew our throats out to creep
Yeah,
in my soul.
no, my
Move
my
along.
vocal cords
Move
felt
along
like
was
Move
always a
along.
classic. That's
Man, and
We
then
sang
you
Move Along
crash.
too.
Yeah, we did.
All those classic Bionicle songs.
we were doing Gravity Hurts. I think that one was like
Yeah,
that
listen,
was the
everybody.
coolest.
AT's not on a lot of videos. That man can sing.
That guy's
Really?
great.
Hey.
Phenomenal voice.
Great
He's got
voice.
some
He's got some
He's got a
pipes,
good voice,
man.
yeah.
It's gonna be
Really?
good music.
Yeah.
Wow.
We actually
I've never
have.
heard him sing before.
No.
We were on our way to BrickFair. Var, you, me, and Ven, we have a vlog of us singing What was it?
I
Gravity
think it's
Hurts?
It was Gravity
It's
Hurts.
gonna
No,
be-
it was Hero. It was
Yeah, it was
Hero.
Hero.
but-
Yeah, and that is.
That we should upload that. That's
we did
awesome.
Gravity
No, we're
Hurts,
gonna upload that.
but
Don't worry, you'll see that. You'll see that.
we
one.
did
That
Gravity
video's
Hurts
probably
and then we
best.
did Hero, but Hero turned out way better.
Yeah,
Hero did turn out way better.
Can we tell about like the thing that happened when we didn't know
I
where?
thought-
Okay.
Can we
I
talk
saw
about the bear?
Yeah, okay.
Ah, bear.
We can't get the bear. He's too
Okay,
big.
can I just explain the narrative?
No, get the bear. Get the bear.
I'll get the bear.
Alright,
Can we like?
this is set up.
We got a name for him. He's Fetty Watt the Bear.
Freddy Watt the bear. Freddy Watt the trap bear.
So, we're,
Trap bear.
we are fortunate enough we are currently residing in a rental house, not a hotel room. And one of the
Yeah.
things that is in the house is this giant stuffed bear.
It's
And there was this
huge,
one.
dude.
There was a separate, less funny story where we were trying to get a bed ready and we were freaking out, dropping the bed. It was splitting in two, and the bear was like freaking out because the bear's creepy.
Yeah,
but there was another situation.
Can I do it?
Shoot, it was all about you anyway.
Right.
So
Yeah,
go for
like,
it.
because Meso, you were in the garden on the phone.
Yeah.
As far as like, oh, that was Eljay. I wasn't
Yeah,
sure
it was
who
me.
it
Oh
was.
yeah. So real
what-
quick, context. Viper, Kai, Meso, and Var were out doing
Yeah.
something.
We had to get Viper's phone.
Yeah.
From
Oh,
the
yeah,
yeah,
She
like-
lost her phone.
She lost
Yeah,
her phone
I-
at BrickFair
I
and they
was-
went to go pick it up.
I was
me
a
and
Wally and I lost my phone, so yeah.
Me and
And-
LJ stayed back and go on.
Yeah, so we're getting out. We're getting out to. There's basically like a porch. We have a and I have a bunch of stairs. Right, we went upstairs, and then Kai accidentally dropped his like badge, and it went into the bushes.
Yeah.
Go down
and
the
we
steps,
could see
hop
it,
through
but
shrubbery.
you had to go through the bushes, and we're like, man, there's probably spiders and rattlesnakes and bears in there. It was like, yeah, there's totally a bear in that bush.
We did
And
say
it's-
that
We
word
did
for
say that.
word.
Yeah, I
Completely
did. I
unaware.
did. I was like,
Yeah.
"That's totally a bear in that bush right now. It's gonna get you." And we unlocked the door. Right, Kai got his badge. Var walks in, and all I see is just Var, like his feet go flying up in the air, and his arms go like this, and then this bear
Van
is like
Van
on the
Booby
ground.
Trap.
Like,
Ben
I
booby trapped
literally,
the
I
stairs.
walk into the house.
Right.
We were walking in, and like out of nowhere, giant bear just falls from the sky,
Like
right in
literally
front of me.
into
I
from heaven.
I dive out of the way. I'm like, whoa!
And you can't, but the thing is about this bear too, is that like it was a long-running joke. This bear was creepy.
It was creepy.
It was creepy.
Look at that thing.
what are you saying?
What are you saying, mate? This bear was like we put him in the closet. We're joking. It's like the bear from Five Nights at Freddy's 4, where like in the
Yeah.
closet it will like come out at you at the middle of the night. That's a creepy stare. Look, I'm now looking at it. I'm with you, man. That's
it just
there's
fell
something
from the
unsettling
sky.
about those dead eyes. Anyhow, Freddy Watt the bear.
And it was making no noise, so we were like, oh.
Yeah, it was the house was dead silent, so it was
That was the worst part. Is we walked in because like
Yeah, it was-
I didn't have my keys. This is what happened. Like I couldn't find the keys to the house,
Right.
so we knocked on the door. Nothing. We rang the
one's
doorbell. Nothing. We were like, what's going on? So we finally find the keys. We open the door up after like 5 minutes of trying to get inside. We walk in and it's completely empty. And we're like, is LJ and Vin not here?
Where'd
Yeah,
they go?
The thing
Yeah,
is that I saw LJ because
Yeah, he's-
I didn't
back
see
there.
LJ. I
There's
did
a
not see
long,
LJ.
yeah, there's a long stretch from the door to the back door. You can see completely through the house. And then the back door is completely, it's glass. So,
So
I
for you,
saw
it was
LJ
even worse because it was
outside.
like a false sense of security.
You're like, oh, okay, he's there.
there's
And
well,
then the
but
bear-
they might
Yeah,
have
it was
seen
worse.
it.
Yeah,
I
no.
walked in expecting no one to be in
He was
the
using
house
the front. He got
at
the worst
all.
of it.
Yep,
Yeah.
and then bam.
And then all of a
And then
sudden,
bam.
The drop bear came. The drop bear is like this mythological Australian creature that like.
And then it was even
jumps in
worse
trees.
because we went up the stairs to
I
find
think-
Vince.
Yeah, we went upstairs
expecting
and
him
the
to-
door slams.
The door slammed. Oh, and we've been kind of building up this house as like some spirit living in the house.
Right.
All the sketchy stuff.
oh yeah, there was this,
The
oh my god.
fingerprints in the window.
Okay, so on the right side of this camera, you won't see it. There are handprints, like,
on the window, like
window.
someone's like trapped, like out of a horror movie, and they're like slamming.
Yeah,
themselves.
there's like
Yeah,
two of them
right there.
there now.
There's two handprints.
Three. There's
Don't ask
three.
me how they
There's
got
three.
there.
There's
It's
one
not
on the
us.
right
They
now.
were here before
There's
us.
one on the right
We
now.
saw them as soon as we entered in, and there's like the other things, like there's like noises coming from the thing. Just-
Five Nights at Freddy's
Dude,
6.
you're gonna make me
Freddy
scared when I
Wops
go
are
to bed
in.
tonight.
Oh, we're
now.
playing PT tonight, so.
I'm excited.
We even have an overhang that's exactly like from PT.
See, that's where I dropped
Oh.
the bear from too. I was waiting upstairs silently. I waited until it sounded like the others were getting close enough,
Yeah.
and then once the
Stop
time I felt
looking
like
at
the
me.
time was right. Once I felt like the time was right, I dropped the bear and I just heard more.
I don't know how you pull out the timing that
And it's also bad because like I sleep down, like there's a basement that's where my bed is, so I don't even know. Like I've been upstairs a couple times, but I'm not even sure like what the architecture of the upstairs is like too much. So I just was not expecting anything up there, and it just
Yeah, and because Venom didn't want it in his room, it was like at the top of the stairs. Like just staring down the stairs.
Yeah, we have it perched. Like,
and the
right
thing
there,
is that if you don't expect that, you walk up there and there's this kind of massive bear with black eyes staring at you, and you're just kind of like,
you know what? Let's ditch the panda.
Downstairs,
Let's ditch the panda. That guy's our new mascot.
No, we gotta have a. We registered a trademark for pandemic.
We're now Pandemic Freddy Wap.
There's no reason that the pandemic panda cannot be named Freddy Wap.
That's
true.
Freddy Wap.
Freddy Wap. No, please.
No, we can't co-opt another person's name for our mascot.
Freddy Wap.
It was funny, man. I was laughing so hard. I did not want to make noise, so I went into Meso's room.
What made me laugh so hard is that I foreshadowed it.
You did?
Yeah, I was like, there's not like going to be a bear in there or anything.
Yeah, immediately bear out. It was great.
I think we've covered almost all the stuff that we didn't record.
Stuff.
Well, all the important stuff we didn't record. Like, a lot of the stuff we're talking about is the reason we're talking about it right now instead of, like, showing the vlogs is because they're not recorded.
We had a ton of vlogs that was random.
The foosball tournament that we had, that was amazing.
Dart throwing competition.
Foosball was recorded.
Foosball was recorded.
It was recorded
Eljay's alarm. Eljay's alarm, that deal, a lot of stuff. A bunch of stuff is in vlogs. In vlogs. You can get it. Also, go to Meso.com/TTV channel. You can see the vlogs, and we'll like post them all up. You can see that. So we don't want to ruin that experience for you, but this is stuff that we were not able to record. The bear we were not expecting, so we weren't able to record that.
Yeah.
The fly we weren't expecting. Like
no, it was
that just happened. The restaurant we had to pull
man. Oh my god.
I mean, I recorded some bits of us laughing, and then I almost dropped my phone in the cake.
Cake.
Like I was just like.
Oh man,
we're such professionals. Guys.
Moral of the story:
How does suit though?
BrickFair's fun. There you go.
BrickFair's amazing.
If you ever want to have a truly enjoyable time and connect with LEGO fans, and also have a high chance of having a bunch of fun times and laughs and cool stuff, come to a LEGO convention. Preferably BrickFair. Preferably the one we will probably go to
again.
If
you want to meet all of us too, get some stuff signed.
There's no guarantees we'll all be at BrickFair 2017. Hopefully, some of us will make a return trip because it's been incredibly fun.
We will likely not all be there next year, but some of us will definitely be there.
Some of us will be. Our goal is to get as many people out, but we don't know.
Yeah.
So, and I don't really know what else to say. I'm sure we'll be talking about it more in the weeks.
We will be.
It's not even over
once
yet.
Once you look back at those vlogs, you're going to be like, oh, all this stuff happened.
Yeah. And let me tell you guys, I was right about this. This came at the perfect time.
Okay.
Because Bionicle got canceled a week ago. And I was telling everyone, listen, this came at a good time because we're going to go to BrickFair. It's going to raise our spirits, and it did exactly that.
It did. I haven't thought about Bionicle ending like all this time.
And even
I forgot it happened until you just reminded me about it.
Back to what you're saying in your kind of inspirational speech, too.
By the way, thank you so much for all the views on that.
Oh,
it
definitely.
really helps spreading the word about that. I feel like that's an important message. Go on.
The big deal that this emphasized to me is how important the community is.
Yes.
Like you said, the community is what always brought Bionicle together. Is what kept it going after it died. And meeting all these people in the community in real life, having people from our community come up, having people from the extended Bionicle community, BZ Power, some other places, having them come up to us, interacting with us, that has been beyond great. And it's something that, like, you always, like, you hear, interacting with someone online, interacting with someone in person is such a different experience.
Yes.
And seeing these people here, I mean, like, our videos get sometimes, like, generally, 1,000 views?
1,000, 2,000.
Maybe 2,000 views. But you don't really quantify that. Like, we had maybe about 30 people show up today who were fans of us, and it blew us away.
Yes.
And the fact that we're able to reach so many of you, and we just we can't comprehend
It's impossible to visualize it from in our perspective.
Right. And just seeing a little bit of that made our day. Like, literally, this has been one of the best experiences in my life so far, is being here and interacting with all you guys. And there's so many of you that can't, do it for us, but we're just as grateful for you. And it just reinforced how much we want to continue to do this.
And I know it's not exactly the most useful metric, because really it's the personal hands-on experiences that we have that are important to us. But we didn't really talk about this because we left before it happened, or right around the time it happened. We're currently sitting at around 32,000 subscribers.
32,422 subscribers as of this moment.
That's incredible to me.
Thanks, guys.
Oh, nope, 32,495.
Wow.
And girls.
This
And
has
girls.
happened
Oh,
at the perfect time.
Also, great. How many, like, something that really struck me, how many kids were in our audience that came up? How many, and we had quite a few, girls come up too.
Very
like,
diverse.
Yeah,
group of
that's-
Right. Because usually, I mean, the bionicle community, the YouTube community, I mean, let's say it's pretty, like, male dominated. And it's pretty, like, teenagers.
We have the demographics.
We have the
It's
demographics, like, you know, in
90
their
to
thing.
10.
Yeah, really, it's like, that's our main demographic. Is
But
that
the people that actually came to see us in
We're
person,
so
it was a very
diverse.
diverse group of people. And
Yeah.
I
really
really
that.
appreciated that.
We saw all sorts of different people from different means of life
Right.
and different hobbies and different interests, but they all liked the same thing. That's the one thing I love about these conventions is that all these people from different places, like, just all come together, and because you're on that same wavelength, everyone gets along at least once. Like,
Exactly. It's
and
very
it's
difficult
so
to not.
good. I've never experienced this before. I've never walked up to someone and just gone straight into Bionicle.
Right.
I'm like,
Yeah, you
So,
know?
Bionicle.
So, Zactan!
Yeah, and you know.
Yeah,
It's
that's
never
the
happened,
coolest
and I
part.
love it
One
so
thing,
much.
one thing a fan told me that I haven't told any of you until now. That was one of the best things I heard about. He came to me and he was like, "Hey, I have a question for you. Are you guys going to do a TTV talks about Ruby Volume 4?" And I'm like, "You know, we probably are. We're all big
Yeah.
Ruby fans." He was like, "I found about Ruby through your show. I listened to TTV talks about Ruby, and now I'm a huge fan of Ruby now." But he found it through us, and I was like, "That's so cool!"
yeah,
Because
that's
I love Ruby.
We also had a guy come up to us who said, "Hey, I found you guys through the
BrickFair.
Oh, that
Yeah.
was so great.
That's
Yeah.
incredibly validating because that's the goal.
That's the
That's
goal
what
right
I
now.
love.
That's why we're doing it.
And it's one thing, like, to expand the audience to new people. It's another to expand the audience to dedicated fans
Right,
who are
who
going
want-
to travel
yeah.
cross country or even just nearby
I mean,
their
you know,
areas
they
to
came
meet
in
us
for the
in
convention.
person.
They didn't come specifically for us.
No, but the
probably,
fact that they knew of us,
Right.
it is validation for everything we're trying to do, and it's insane
so nice.
to me. It's very much appreciated. And again, what Eljay was saying earlier, it really did come at the perfect time because if this situation had gone differently, everyone would be really sad right now. We'd just kind of be bummed out, not really knowing what to do.
Watching-
Bionicle community, rewatching stuff, watching analysis.
watching the
videos.
Twitter feed talk about how great BrickFair is."
Yeah, or like talking about Bionicle, even talking about how bad Journey to 1 was, how bad G2 was. But instead, that situation has been transformed into a positive experience, which is better for everybody, especially us, because we're the ones who are going to talk.
Well, it
Look at your
supports this
iPad,
whole
especially us who are going to talk about it. But also the community who's just interacting on a daily basis, talking about it as well. It's
Hey, side note. When we're talking about statistics, we're looking at this. We're almost about to hit 1 million views on top 10 rarest minifigures. We're very close.
top 10
Right.
rarest
900.
minifigures.
The funny thing about
The
this
video is
is, I'm
insane.
looking at this. Biotalk Book Club, 3 weeks ago, 722 views. Top 10 rarest minifigures,
I
Almost a
cried.
million.
929,000.
Watch Book Club, please. It's a fun show.
Not as fun as my top 10, though.
It's a very fun
Oh
show.
no! Look at their
Lots of
look at their
editing.
talks about Game of Thrones. That's so outside our audience.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, that's the rub. of
Well,
course.
we tried. Good effort.
Yeah.
No, I
There
like
you
Game
go.
of Thrones.
A good
I like
effort.
talking about Game of
It
Thrones.
was a good conversation, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, if we were to leave you with a message this week, I got no inspirational speech for you. I'll
Thank
tell you,
goodness.
I'm having a great time. That's my speech. It's
Yeah, no, it's
too
I mean,
good.
Bionicle
Yeah.
community is what's gonna.
It's what
save
makes
us.
it like
Right.
more like
We
the
were
most,
like-
the most special.
We've
community
gone
as
through the
well.
thing where it's like the last episode was kind of like the anger part of
Yeah.
the grief process, and now we've reached acceptance.
As far as I'm
Now we're
concerned,
like, you know.
who needs, I said this last week, we don't need official Bionicle stuff to really realize our full potential as a community. We already got it. We just
And
gotta
I
be
mean-
in the right frame of mind and use it.
Yeah.
I mean, I will say, though, this is pretty validating.
Alright, yeah.
Yeah, this is pretty nice.
Makuda's pretty cool. Honestly. Like,
And for those who will take the time out to do it, we hope our stuff helps you out in
Yeah.
getting this final piece of Bionicle.
if it's
there.
not out by the time this podcast is, it'll be out soon, but it will hopefully be out around the same
Hopefully
time.
around. And yeah, shout out to whoever's making the Mask of Ultimate Power because it's going on this. time
Yes,
right here.
actually, I know a guy. Cyberhands, Andreas.
Yeah.
He made my mask. You can find him on our message boards.
By the way, nice mask.
Yeah, thank you. It's
Yeah.
new. And he
Nice,
has
shiny.
made a really great version of the Mask of Ultimate Power. It's on Shapeways, so look
Yep.
him up.
The size and dimensions may not be perfect yet, but that's why testing is important. The more people order it and review it, you can fine-tune connectivity points and stuff. But design-wise, it's solid. So,
Final shout outs, final things, final thoughts.
I don't think we have any
there's
more.
a ton in the description. If you want to see all the pictures that
Oh,
got
boy.
taken with us, check Twitter.
Hey, should
at the
I
Three
should I
Virtues.
like say some people who are already here that mentioned this?
That's going to take a while, but sure.
Oh,
Run
man.
down all those.
Josiah Gold at Jobo Gold took a picture of Meso. Bambi at BrickFair Shadow Hunter
Yeah.
85 came by. Kyle Long, Kyle Wong 95 also came by. Sydney again. It's Ayla Sakura was the person who told Viper that she was her favorite. Made Viper go completely red. Alex Seifert, Iron Recon was there. She took a picture of us. Another one with Josiah. KLC was there. It's me, KLC.
Remember, Eljay was there too.
Eljay was there as well. Yeah, no, I retweeted him as well. Let me see. Scrolling through all this stuff.
Aforementioned Sage.
Definitely Sage. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sage. G Dindy said that he. What am I saying? Briefly saw us there. Scott Barnick was also there as well.
Yes.
Yeah, really enjoyed meeting him. That was nice.
Barnick as well.
Yeah, no, definitely. Both of them. They've been around the community for a long while, so it was great to see them. I'm trying to make sure I don't forget everybody.
We are going to forget a lot of people.
It's impossible.
It's because there's so many of you that showed up and got a chance to talk to us, shook our hands, got autographs. Fantastic time.
Again, we're going to be talking about it for weeks. I'm sure we'll name drop people that we remember. And stuff.
But shout out to all those guys.
Yep.
You guys had a great time. Oh, BCC. Those guys who were there. I wish I knew all your names, but yeah. All the people that came by, all the people that will come by tomorrow. Man, next week we got to do an official thing.
We really do. And you know what? Shout out to all you guys as well, because you came out here. You came out here for BrickFair.
Yeah.
You guys are the best friends I could ever have. You're the best friends I could ever want, and this has been one of the best experiences of my life.
Well, I mean,
so thank you all.
You're the only friends I have, so this is pretty cool. Yeah. I have friends now. I have friends.
It's like, all right,
So sappy.
In like a few days, I'm gonna lose them all again.
Yeah,
this is like the side of the table that has friends, have a social life.
I think I should say something similar because I was the first person to come out here, and it wasn't easy getting me out here. And I just want to say,
don't ruin this. Shut up. Go on. No, great mom.
Yeah, it was hard. Like I had to convince a lot of people. And I had to make. I put a lot of trust coming over here. And I'm so glad that it all came through. And it's my first time doing this independently. I mean, getting over here independently, and I can already feel how confident I've become. And I think it's really important that you just need to. That's one of the things in a community, right? It's a way of expressing yourself. It's a way of finding yourself in a community.
Definitely.
Because obviously, a lot of people in Bionicle and in a lot of other communities have been outcasted from a lot of other stuff that their normal friends might do. True. And I think it's so great just going to a community and just fitting in. When we were sat there having lunch and everything, I wasn't worried about anything. Well, a little bit. I was worried about, how much Coke I was drinking. Maybe something like that. But, I wasn't worried, oh man, what if I say something weird or too nerdy and people are I don't understand what you're saying to me. And it's just it was just, everyone understood each other. And because I've got so many in-jokes with these guys.
We're cut from the same cloth.
Yeah, we're all we all understand these jokes. If I try and make a joke, with a lot of friends I know, they're or they just don't even notice. They're I'm not saying that they're bad friends, they just don't understand, I love
if only everyone was a Bionicle fan. What a world that would be. It wouldn't be gone.
Yeah, and especially when someone comes up to me or comes up to all of us, who's like, man, I watch your videos. First of all, that's really, it makes me feel so warm inside, but also it makes me terrified because it's you've listened to me.
This one mom came by and she's like, oh, he wanted to get a picture of us and stuff. And she's like, oh, are you guys the reason my son's always on YouTube? And I was like,
yeah.
The circle's complete. My mom said that too.
Yeah, I was just oh man, I've watched all your videos. I'm like, oh no, you've seen me mess up so many times.
All the stupid stuff we've said, all the stupid
all the stupid things I've said, man. Just stupid quips that haven't worked.
Stupid facts, stupid
Modern Dewey and the Mask of Control.
We did that video. I was like, hey, wait, guys.
You guys are jerks.
You see that island?
No, it's the island.
It's in that circle, right there.
No.
It's
right. It's right
there. It is.
Yeah, and the thing is that when people come up to me, I feel more, if just as terrified as a person, because I know what it's like to be a fan. It's really terrifying.
Honestly, there's a lot of times that there are a couple of people that I think would come over by our booth or whatever, and not necessarily approach us right away.
Yeah,
because
I
they're
felt that
obviously,
too.
like, a little
Right.
nervous to talk to us.
Right.
I'm with you. I was nervous to talk
I
to
was
them.
like, I was like, what do I say?
I was like
What do I
standing
do?
up at the booth, and I kept making these like little quick eye darts, like.
Yeah, I was like, I'll make eye contact.
Are you just taking pictures of the mock, or do you want to talk to me?
Right, yeah,
It's like I just didn't want to approach them just in case they were. And it's like, I get that. I mean, there was a Batman in Sainsbury's the other day, and I wanted to take a selfie with him, but I was too scared. I was like, it's Batman.
Right.
But yeah, it's just great.
I mean,
Like,
A very
get
quick
that.
solution to that, from what, and I learned this while building the Ghostbusters set. Just say how's it going to everybody.
Yeah,
how's it going? Hey, how's it going?
That's
Hey.
actually how I ended up approaching a lot of
And a lot of, especially I see like kids who are younger, and obviously they're, I've been there too, where it's like there's someone there I want to meet, but I'm like, I'm not sure how to broach a conversation. I try to like reach out and grab stuff, but really, just as a message to people out there, we are always down to sign stuff, to take a photo, almost no matter where we are. Basically, you find it. Almost. There's certain times where we.
Almost. I mean,
sometimes
having a meal.
when we need to leave, we have to be somewhere, and we're in a hurry.
Right, and I know, like sometimes we like behind the booth. Like sometimes, like, people. There's so many people coming in and out. We need to be like, we have to like sign. We sign your thing and everything. We have a good conversation with you, but like sometimes, we have to usher people out just because.
Yeah, it's like a lot of the time we'll be very
stuff.
open to talking to you, unless I have a mouthful of Chick-fil-A
Yeah, right.
McNuggets and you come up to me like, can you sign this? I might not be as willing to do
But
so.
like at the convention, at like stuff places, and we just, honestly, just approach it. Even if we're like, I'm sorry, we're kind of busy right now, it still makes our day. It's not like a thing where we're like, man, that
It's
guy.
not like,
oh man,
yeah.
Can we get rid of this guy?
No,
it's like,
definitely not.
We love having you guys around. Like, I even asked this one guy, come follow us. We're gonna go check out some
I remember
vendors.
that. Yeah, we hung out with that guy for a couple.
Yeah, just like
that guy was with us
So
for
there were
a
people there that
while.
were like, hey, I don't know anybody.
We were
I'm just here for my first time. I don't have a group of people. I
It's
was
like,
Yeah.
come on,
Bros,
man,
come on,
we'll hang out.
right. Even
That's
though
what we're here for.
everyone needs some alone time.
It's
but
a
like,
huge
just
place,
being around there with
and
people.
knowing people helps.
And
it's not like gonna be like, no, don't go away. It's more like, oh god, I'm eating like a pig. And
I can't tell you how much like we talked about it after, just how like I can't believe we met all these people. I can't believe these people came up to us in the art. So it's a two-way street. You coming to us makes our day as much as you enjoy
Indeed.
getting a picture, getting your stuff signed. We're totally up for it.
Yep.
Now, should we wrap up?
Yes.
Oh man! All right.
It's 2 hours.
It's been 2 hours. Let's wrap up.
All right.
Okay. So thank you all very much for listening to episode 207 of the TTV podcast. It's going to be really weird going back to this next week.
Oh man, not seeing you guys.
I like the format of the video podcast a lot.
I wish we could
better.
do this more often.
I don't have to worry about getting dropped from Discord. Like
Right. I don't have to worry about like.
chop it
I
up.
can look at you whenever you're like talking.
Exactly.
I can see whenever people are
yeah,
talking.
I-
No, I don't like we don't keep talking over each other as much.
I've actually.
Yeah, the cues are a lot easier to pick up.
Yeah.
too.
I've been enjoying going back and forth and doing all the.
You've been doing a lot of
behind the
tricky
scenes
camera
stuff.
I know. I like next time we just need to get a better
I
setup.
also really enjoy acting out everything too.
Yeah, like the hand
The
motions
thing
and
that
like
drives me so crazy is when I talk to you guys over the internet. It's like sometimes I want to tell you guys, but I can't act it. I
Yeah, you're doing
Right.
like
I
an
talk a
impression.
lot with my body,
Yeah.
as you guys have gotten to know
That
already.
joke with the fly would have been the worst
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
that would not make sense over
How
call.
many
I would
jokes
not
have
be
we
able
missed
to do
out on
that.
because we couldn't see each other?
That's a
Yeah,
thought.
see,
You know
that's
how
the
many
thing.
hilarious
Like-
moments
Anyway,
have
wrap
been
up.
there?
Well,
Yeah.
No, you can go. You were in the middle of a sentence.
Wait, that's the thing, right? It's like I pull these really stupid faces, or I like pretend to be electrocuted. It's like I just be silence on the podcast.
I know, it's like
just like
you're just doing it in
Or
front of a screen.
like
I know.
a really like inaudible. Something. No one's gonna understand
Yeah.
what's going on.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like I do a lot of hand gestures, so
The body language definitely helps because
Oh,
that is
so
also like when we're joking around. We can also tell like what kind of tone is going to like it's easier to accept like I don't know like a snide joke or something if there's a smile, a genuine smile.
Yeah, you're like,
behind
yeah,
it,
when you see it,
something.
you're like, hey.
But if you heard
No,
it over the
this guy.
internet, it's kind of
No.
what's the
many times where it's like Eljay, I think you're being
Kiss,
a
kiss,
it's like,
kiss.
Are we go right now?
Let's go. You want to fight?
All right, let's do it. Let's do
We're
it.
literally just talking about how it's
and thank you guys for watching. Be sure to check us out on Vessel.
You're lifting your arm.
You're lifting my arm.
Who are we?
208. We'll be back.
Alright,
Come on, that's cheating.
I'm messing up.
I'm Eljay. I'm winning.
I'm Venom.
Yes.
Look at it!
And on TTV 207, farewell.
See ya!